garbage, but that's fine. It's the usual, you know. Big discussion. So this has nothing to do with tier list. This has everything to do with the absolute health of the game. Alright. I want to get your opinion before I say anything. So while playing Heihachi, how much did you enjoy playing in like high level and trying them out? Okay. I didn't even gonna put any music on, bro. I'm just here to talk some bullshit. Sketty, thank you for the follow. I got you. I was thinking about playing some Heihachi on levelless. I'm gonna whiff it.
Apparently it's pretty easier.
It's sick, bro. You have to think about every single thing you're doing. He plays a lot like Brian, actually, I've noticed. Just like he is a timing based character. I'm still setting everything up. Here we go. Oh yeah.
Oh, fine. Turn camera on. Confirm.
Mute yourself in Discord, and then we should be all set.
Yes, sir.
Let me mute myself in the other thing.
You can hear me, right?
Yep.
He hates levelers for Mishimas, though. Yep, I'm playing B2, which I hear it. The DGen hours, of course, Nuxie. You know how it is, man. Just got home. Had to jump on, bro. You know what I mean? Alright.
We ready for this rant or what?
Ready, man. Wait, yo, your camera looks so jokes, bro. I can only see, like,
My
top
fucking
half of your
forehead.
head.
Fix that.
Yeah, that's good. That's cool.
Let me move it back as well. Here we go. Banging.
What's this menu music? I think it's Tekken 5 or Tekken 3 music. I don't know. Actually, I don't even think it's that. I don't know what this is. Alright. So, where are we starting? What's the topics of discussion?
Topics of discussion. So you were really struggling with Heihachi, and you were like messaging me on Discord saying like, "Yo, I fucking hate my life."
Yep.
So let me hear about your experience playing with Heihachi.
Alright, so my experience with Heihachi is first things first. I'm gonna say best DLC. Probably is going to be the best DLC for the next 2-3 DLCs. I think he is what the game should, where most characters should be. So most stance characters should be. Really like his design. Um, very difficult to play, which I enjoy because I mean I'm a Brian lover, so I enjoy characters that are difficult to play and are unique. Now the problems I'm running into and the reason I'm hating it so much. First of all, this like there's a lot of things being said about this new rank system and stuff. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm one of those people who look. I understand they've fixed it. It's where what ranked technically should be, right? But it's just made the life of pluggers and one and doneers easier. Now with that, finding games first of all has been an absolute nightmare, which is a big part of it, and having people run sets with you is a big nightmare. Absolutely hate it. Makes the game not enjoyable. And Heihachi himself, it's so difficult to play against these mashy, stringy, flowcharty characters who can get out of pressure within an instance by, again, obviously you got your heat burst, but they got these power crush heat engages or this these ridiculous offense, ridiculous neutral. You know, Heihachi is super linear until obviously you master this sort of like wavy into elect like wave dash into electric wave dash into X, Y, and Z. That's fine. That will come with time. I know it's gonna take me a long time to learn to do that, yeah. But he's too honest in a game full of absolute just bollocks, and they haven't nerfed and they haven't changed anything. The top tiers are absolutely hell to fight against. Play and it's funny you say like he's similar to Brian, because I can actually see that for sure, especially with the timing based gameplay. Like you really have to try and use mental frames and try and scare people with your stance, cancel your stance. You see what they're doing and then you option select from there, right? You're like, okay, now they're doing this dark or something. Now I'm gonna go for the mid electric. Oh, but you're still -10, -11, so you can still be punished. Like everything is a mix up. Everything's a mind game. Everything is on a read. There's no beating around the bush with this character. You can't just be like, all right, yo, I'm gonna throw out this sequence and it's going to work 10 out of 10 times. It doesn't exist for this character, which I think where most of the frustration comes from, because him, Brian, um, other characters like, I could even say, I overachieve. Thank you for the sub, bro. Appreciate it. Just characters, those sort of archetypes and characters sort of within the basically outside of the top 10 are where all the characters should be, and the top tier characters at high level gameplay, bro. When I'm playing, whether I'm playing on my God account or I'm playing at Tekken God level, I'm just running into only top tiers at the top level. And
All
how
the
do
time.
I,
All the time.
all
Me
the
as well.
time, bro? It's just Nina, Feng, Shaheen, um, Nina, Feng, Shaheen, Dragonov, uh, bro. And it's just like, what do I do with this character? Like, how much brain power do I need to use to make him work? If I get my read and I do an electric and then, I drop the combo from there, now I've just missed out on a huge read because, first of all, his execution is so high. On top of that, his game plan is so difficult. So it's like, how do I do what the top tier characters do, which is no matter what, you are going to be rewarded for your read. Whereas with Heihachi, it isn't that. And that is probably my summary of my experience with Heihachi.
I want to talk about my experience, and we have a good amount to go over, but I think it was quite interesting.
Mm.
So, hold on, my shit's fucked up. Okay. So, I really love the design of Heihachi. He's fucking amazing, right? Everything just kind of works. His forward 3 is not cheap. You can cancel into stance, you can go into power crush, but you can get grabbed out of it. You can electric. He is very, very interesting when it comes to his offense. So even though I love the character and I love his design, everything about him is just fantastic. If we... I thought the character was like mad fun, right? Doing my thing. And then I faced Nina. And then all of the fun that I was having just dissipated, right?
Mm-hmm.
I really do have like a lot to talk about. I don't want to like talk shit.
No. Talk your shit, bro.
Talk your shit.
Talk your shit, bro. Honestly.
I'm trying to cook up something, you know. It is like so fucking frustrating that they made this design so perfect, right? On how everything is so skillful. You have to wave dash into everything to make it track. You have to use certain moves that track certain ways. You have to wave dash into electric to try to catch them stepping. Your homing is fucking dog shit. It makes it very interesting. All of that, and the game isn't fixed at all. You go against these top 10 characters, and you're just like, dude, you have no fucking chance, and it's not even close.
Yep.
These these so-called nerfs actually did nothing for the game at all.
100%.
This balance patch is so fucking bad, and it really became really real when I was playing Heihachi, and I was like, dude, so excited to play him, and then all of these top tier just body you shit. Can't step these characters. All of their moves that are just their neutral, all of them have tracking. You can't step shit. There's no actual neutral going on, so you just fucking die.
Yep.
Character, so I mean, I'm gonna keep on saying that I love him because he is such a fantastic design.
100%.
But he's I don't even mind that he's not even tournament viable. It is more of like, why the fuck can I can't move against these characters. Nina down forward ones me, down forward 1-2, and I'm in an RPS situation. Heihachi has like no tool to deal with any of her bullshit.
Yep.
And it's not even about Nina, it's literally just the top 10 that I'm just like so frustrated with. Like, how have they not even fucking touched these characters? You expect me to sit here and play Heihachi for another 5 months when this shit is so fucking terrible? Online is ass, rollback is terrible. Like, fuck this, dude.
100%. Netcode is ass. It's just, they made such a good character and they brought him into just a hellhole.
Just a cesspool, bro. It's so frustrating.
For real, a cesspool. Like, I'm having so much fun playing Heihachi in lobbies where we're running like Heihachi mirrors, and I haven't had this much fun in God knows how long just running just that mirror, because every interaction is a thought out interaction and it actually feels like Tekken again. So but yeah, as soon as I jump into ranked, bro, I'm instantly just vexed. Like, bro, I have never tilted. Like, I tilt at this game, yeah, but because I play it like at a pretty decent level and because I want to get better at it, right? But then yeah, when you're playing against these sort of characters, there's nothing wrong with getting frustrated because it's so ridiculous. Like, why am I being punished for making a correct read and then I'm getting either crushed or power crushed, heat engaged, or like there's just something that there's just some sort of rubbish, there's something that will evade or something will happen and I get zero reward, and it's just like, yeah, it's just a lot of work and they've done nothing to again actually nerf these top tier characters. So yeah, it's especially at the top ranks because those are literally all the characters you see. Majority of those players are either tournament players, so obviously they're going to play the top tiers, or it's just, I don't know, people who just want to be at a high rank, so they play the best characters. And it's just like, bro, and none of their pressure, none of their defense is thought out. It's just, yo, I'm gonna mash my buttons. It's probably gonna work because, you know,
yep,
Heihachi in it. So, do you feel the same about Brian? I do feel the same about Brian. With Brian, it's a little bit more bearable, but it's because he's, I don't think he requires as much execution apart from when it comes to Torn. He doesn't require as much execution as Heihachi, and his mix and Brian's mix-ups are far more rewarding for the risk that you're taking. Like, I don't need to go into a stance with Brian and fake something out and condition someone, you know. I can run my hatchet and, you know, do a down two, and then it's like very sort of simple from there if they're not playing around it correctly, right? You know, I've got good options to cover track from people moving. And yeah, I have my own stuff that I can abuse with him, like my snake eyes, my strings, etc. But when you're playing someone like Heihachi, who's genuinely like god awful,
yep,
he's like bro, again, brilliant design. I think him and Lydia were like fantastic designs, but it requires so much effort to make them work. And it takes a lot of effort to make Brian work, but it's like, yo, you get like a correct read, you will be rewarded for it like heavily, because if you'll most likely take them to the wall, and from there you've got Taunt, right? With Heihachi, it's like getting that launcher first of all is the absolute mission, and then taking them to the wall, and then from there it's like, yo, so many options can be countered by so many different things. It's just like, it's super frustrating to play against, especially when you're playing against these stupid ass top tiers. It's getting the read on Drag's QCF4, you know it's coming, but there's so many situations where you know you can't step it. Yeah.
I don't know why my cam's like 5 FPS, but that's fine. It's whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's bugging out. It's like that slow. I feel like 1-1 being -5 is criminal. Yes, 1-1 being -5 is actually criminal. Like downforward 1-1 is great. Like I've started using that a lot more to kind of stop them stepping as much. But it's like, again, you're taking a risk like for doing a high. Obviously you've got the mid mix up, but it's still like, you know, sidestep duck is going to be, again, pretty much all of your options, right? But yeah, like I'm still in this sort of like mind space where I'm there, because I know how Heihachi worked in 7, and I played against enough of them, and it was like, even playing in 8, I would do 1-1 and I'll like kind of sidestep just out of like instinct of playing this character, you know, or I'll do 1-1 into 1-1, but then I'll be getting down forward 2 or counter hit for doing that. And it's just like, yo, imagine losing your turn for doing, you know, a 1-1 jab string. And like when you were asking about Brian, like, yo, at least with my jab string, I've got extensions which either counter hit launch you, or, you know, counter hit put you on the floor and I get a flip over QC back 4. So I've got those mental frames from my jab string, which makes at least his neutral somewhat bearable, right? Heihachi doesn't have that. I can't finish 1-1-2 every single time, you know. I'm gonna be launch punishable every single time. So it's like, as soon as 1-1 has come out, I have lost my turn. Like, there's not, and everyone knows it. And the mid extension is safe from Brian, but Heihachi's death, yes.
Okay. I got a lot of shit to say still.
Yeah, go for it.
So a lot of the community is actually like the higher level players, because they've been playing Tekken for so long, and I feel like now there is almost no fucking respect for these players, and I'm gonna tell you why. The stage is definitely number one. How they fucking just kind of spit on our face. You know, Harada actually apologized for it and then deleted his tweet. Yeah, you know about this.
Yeah.
And I feel like this respect is like almost completely gone. Now they treat us like fucking cash cows, and I couldn't even be like more fed up with Bandai and how they're handling like their community, and how they're just doing like straight up like battle passes, and nobody gives a fuck about that. What people really want in this game is a balanced game. That's all people want. People that are actually trying to stick around. Like, who the fuck is going to stick around now? I don't even want to play the game.
On that note, I will say I understand like where the frustration comes from, right? Especially people who have like bought, you know, these old editions, etc., etc. Yeah.
Right.
But when it comes to the stage, I mean, obviously Harada put the tweet out and then it was taken down, probably because Bandai probably said so, because it is probably some sort of legal thing where, you know, they can't really be clashing like that online, where one party saying one thing, one saying the other. So from a business aspect, it's like,
Right. That makes a lot of sense.
yeah, I understand this kind of conflict of interest. He can't really be doing that kind of slandering his partner, right? I do think he wanted it his way, otherwise he wouldn't have put that tweet out. You know, he put his sort of name and maybe even business in jeopardy just for putting that out. I don't think it's fair for people to have gone into the tech, into the Steam, and put so many negative reviews, etc., making it even worse over a £4 stage.
Yeah.
And I get it, but it's like, yo, we are lucky to have even got Tekken 7, let alone Tekken 8. And again, at the end of the day, it's like, as a businessman myself, I completely understand. Like, if there isn't money being funded into the game, there will be no game at all, and then there will be no balance patches. The game will not balance. So I'm not,
Well, thank you for the resub.
because
Appreciate it.
I'm not too annoyed about anymore about the whole battle pass and stuff, because there are a lot of casual gamers in this game. The casual gamers make up most of the player base, and most of them care about things, especially like kids and teenagers. They care about the customizations, the battle passes. But again, for us, we want to play the game competitively. All we really care about is making sure the game's in the right state, and it's really difficult for a business to do both things at once. And now,
Okay.
what I'm annoyed about is how they're not taking.
Can I bring up this
Oh.
point before you say that?
Yeah, go for it.
So if the actual company isn't providing value that we actually care about, right? They're not actually actively updating the game.
Mm.
Then nobody is going to give a fuck about the battle pass that they're gonna release. Nobody's gonna give a fuck about what they're gonna do, and a lot of people are gonna be hesitant about actually giving them Bandai Namco our wallets because of how much of a shit show it is. And I understand they need to make money, but if they're not providing actual value to the customer, then what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah, so like that's what I was saying. That's the part that I'm definitely annoyed about, is they need to, again, even though the casual player base makes up most of it, for the bigger scene where the tournaments and everything is where all the numbers are at, and your pro players have been telling you since the start of the game basically how to fix the game, certain things, certain bugs. You've got your T8 reports, people have been posting videos all the time, and even after all of those things, your developers completely ignored it. After all of this time, we haven't had a balance patch. This balance patch comes out.
We're listening,
there
by
is
the way.
Uh-huh.
They said we're listening, by the way. Remember that, dude? I feel like
Yo,
that's what really fucking pisses me off, is that they said that they're
because
listening.
they're not.
And they don't fucking listen to shit, dude. Like, this game is a joke right now. Competitive fucking sucks. I don't even want to watch these tournaments because it's the same five characters, because they're fucking broken.
Yeah.
It's just so frustrating. This game is so frustrating right now. And it's not going to
100%.
get better because Heihachi released. And now we're stuck with this shit.
Yeah, we're stuck with this shit for a long time. And it's upsetting because you won't see people wanting to. I reckon maybe Joker, might pull him out, maybe for one game just to test the waters, but he knows probably himself that.
But he knows.
Yeah, he knows this character cannot run at high level gameplay, because it's just impossible without taking so many risks and losing your turn over and over again. So yeah, it's super frustrating that they don't actually listen to what people are saying and make the correct. You had so much time just even if they just fixed the top 10s, the tracking on some moves, even if they kept the damage there, whatever, just at least make the stuff steppable, or just let us somehow option select our way through their pressure. Not, yo, you have to eat this, and now you're gonna have to eat that, and now you're gonna have to eat this. It makes it not enjoyable at all. But the thing that gives me hope is that releasing a character like Heihachi and releasing a build like Heihachi gives me hope that they understand what this game needs, because this character is the perfect example of what stance pressure can look like, and it can be honest. Same with Lydia. People kind of slept on Lydia's build, but it's because no one cares about Lydia herself.
Yep.
But her actual design, and same with Heihachi, was bang on, exactly what the game needs. Not broken characters, stance isn't overwhelming. Maybe some of it is, like the heat, like Heihachi in WI, overwhelming can be. But it's it takes a lot to build up to get to that point. 3 charges, etc., whatnot. But again, everything's steppable, parryable. There's still a mind game behind it. That is exactly what Tekken is. But again, you have not. That's what gives me good hopes about direction. But in terms of actually fixing what is already in the game, it's they are completely sleeping on it and they don't understand. I don't know if we've not made it clear enough. I think we definitely have. How frustrating it is to play against those characters. Sorry, let me just read these messages. Honestly, the Season 1 DLCs are abhorrent. They should not have been DLC in the first place. And you have popular characters like Armor King, you probably DLC again just for cash grabs aspect. True. I agree with the idea of needing the money to fund things, but also the quality of this DLC or customization about was just half-assed. I agree with the quality of it is half-assed. That's really what I feel makes a lot of people who aren't casuals mad at it. Yeah, 100%. I think they're kind of tunnel visioning on the majority over the minority when it's the minority who are carrying the game forward. So they really need to listen to the top level of play, because from there it will be a domino effect for people below. You know, they won't be hard stuck in these ranks and think, how do I overcome this without having to lab for hours and watch videos for hours. I mean, I know everyone had to do that to get to a decent level, but it's like it's even harder now because there's so much more rubbish in the game to deal with. And if you don't have that legacy sort of knowledge, and if you don't put extra effort into, you know, figuring things out more than before, it's going to be even more impossible to kind of grind through these ranks, and people are going to hate the game even more. But again, all of that needs to come from them listening to what the top tiers are saying, to what the top tier players are saying.
Yep.
But yeah,
And
sorry, yeah, what were your
I want to
thoughts?
talk about Brian, and Brian is a fucking solid character, right?
Mhm.
I would say he's like, what would you say, like top 15, top 20?
Yeah, top 15, probably 15th, 14th character in the game.
So he's a fantastic character, and I don't think he even has a chance to stand against the top 10. Like even, so I was supposed to go to a tournament, right? And I failed to sign up, and I took the fucking L on it. I was pretty sad about it.
Oh shit.
So took the L on that, and even if I went there, we had Fear of Silence, who's the best Dragonoff in America there, and I already know that I would have gotten fucking bodied without even a chance, right? Because he is, I would say he's a bit better than me when it comes to like spacing and shit, but he's using an OP character, so now there is an actual 0% chance.
You gotta absolutely work your brain off to win.
To even have a chance against him.
Yeah, yeah.
But in reality, we all know that like if you go against somebody at the same skill level and they're using a character like Dragunov, you're gonna get fucking bodied. Like
Yep.
you have no chance.
Agreed. I imagine it's mad rough for players brand new Tekken. In my opinion, this shit doesn't feel like Tekken. Feels like MK or some shit. I agree with that. I fought Fear of Silence at VSF. He wrecked me so hard. Yeah, and you play Brian, bro. That's like, it's like,
Yeah, it's tough out here. Huh?
yeah, it's almost impossible. Like, again, I don't. If there were a few tweaks to his kit, like in general, I don't mind him compared to Nina, but he's very close to Nina. For me, like the reason I don't mind it as much is because when I play certain drags online, I absolutely disrespect them. But imagine I'm playing against a top tier player like Fear of Silence, who is going to clock onto that, and now he can run his smooth offense, play it safe, and still be rewarded like massively for it. And it's just like it's impossible to break past Dragunov's layer 1 without getting punished, especially in the first 2 setting. It's like, what is he? His layer 1 is basically like playing against his layer 5. Like, yo, it feels almost impossible. It's like you're always guessing. Like, okay, is he gonna do that? I need to make a hard read. I don't want to eat a lot. I'm just gonna low parry. Or, like, you just got. It's always just. It's just too easy. Like, I can't with Brian just throw out 5 down 4s in a row, but he sure as hell can, you know, run 5 down 2s in a row because of the fear of being hit by a QCF4 or a flipping whatever back 4-2. Like, the mental pressure that character has on you is just, it's just stupid, and everything frame traps into each other perfectly.
So I want to get everyone like, what do you guys think about playing ranked right now, or what do you guys think about the game in general?
Yeah.
What does the chat think?
Yeah, what does the chat think? Nina is stronger than Drag on paper, and I always speak the truth. Yeah, you're a Nina player as well. I think she's stronger on paper as well. 100%.
She's impacting offline play so much. Yeah, offline is just kind of a joke right now.
Crazy coming from the Nina genius. Drag hyped up a lot means other characters are overlooked. Yep. Even if he was even if other characters were overlooked, it doesn't matter because they did nothing to Drag anyway.
It's a hard time to be honest. I learned Tekken the end of 7.
Lee is slept on in my opinion. So I've been saying this from the start. It's ridiculous because he this streamlined offense, which is super strong, and it's like you're in a mix for ages. Just because he takes a bit of execution doesn't mean he's not strong. Like, bro, him doing his running move in your face, bro, you are in the blender, bruv. If you press, you are getting counter hit launched. Like, he's, he's super frustrating to deal with. Super frustrating to deal with. Dogshit, too much guessing, not enough compelling bugs being fixed yet. I think ranked is frustrating because it feels like 50-50 lands without matchup knowledge. Yes, 100%. More ranks are needed. I agree. And way too many contradictions. Facts. You move further when stepping, but everything has a big ass hurt box and realigns way harder to make it make sense. Yo, that's one of the biggest frustrations in this game. Like, you have a correct read, you make the right side step, and the move still tracks you. And yeah, it's fantastic. I think that because I'm so close to GOD, I still have the motivation to hop on ranked and grind. Yep. Since you guys are already there, I could see it being stale. Bro, it's mega stale. Like, bro, once I got GOD with Brian, I barely went into ranked because, well, first of all, I didn't think I had the skill to maintain the rank. And when I tried, I went like a couple K into the rank, etc. That's fine. But like, when I was fighting, all I was fighting with these top tier characters, and some of them I had no idea about the matchups, like Ling and Nina. I still feel like I'm guessing when I play against her. The more I learn about her, it's just like I still just, it gets worse the more I play, because then I'm overthinking my offense and defense compared to before, where I was just kind of running my offense.
Yep.
and now I'm just too scared, and it's just like, yeah.
I got some shots to read. I feel like to win with Brian in ranks, I gotta have way more knowledge of my opponent, and it's still a struggle.
Yep.
Of course, there are those days where I hate the heat dash 50-50. Basically, heat dash unlimited times per round. That's fair. Nina is Casino 8. Okay.
Big facts. Ads, hold up. Yeah. Like, you can get good benefit of it, but only if you know the nuances of moving with purpose. When you fight people who make you realize that, or show you that how it goes. Yep. See, like, I'm kishing now with Brian, and it just feels like sometimes these characters get away with so much more and need to know way much more than the other person. You know, it's really blue ranks, first of all, are just an absolute, just a dog fest, because everyone one and downs, everyone plugs there, no one runs the set, there's no chance like to adapt, there's nothing. And it's like, even at high level play, even if you play the set a first to two in the state the game is in, you have again no chance to move away from how people's layer one, to put it in that term. You have no chance. It's like they can run that shit over and over and it is going to work. And then as soon as you start making the read, they just make one little adjustment and then you're back to, you know, phase one again and again, over and over, because there's barely any reward for that read that you make, because everything is so safe and everything has pseudo homing, and it's just ridiculous.
So I want to talk about the player count right now. So right now on Steam, I think we have around 13,000. Let me just check.
Yeah, I think most days it stays at around 7k, but yeah, it peaks at about 13.
It's the Heihachi release, so I understand why it's up.
But yeah, more time it's around 6 to 7,000.
September, we had around 5,700, and now we have around like 10k to 12k. So what I'm thinking is, in the next like month or so, I think that we're probably gonna have less players than in September.
Yeah.
Because people are gonna be like, all right, I played Heihachi, I want to go back to my old main. They go back to their old main, and nothing has changed about the game. The balancing is still shit. The netcode sucks. The devs aren't doing enough for the community, and like we're all just fucked. We're all just fucked. I'm just so fucking frustrated with this game.
Oh, by the way, did you turn your camera off on
Yes, I did. Yeah, it's only working on my stream setup, so
okay.
I just gave you the L, if I'm gonna be honest.
No, that's fine. The argument of having more knowledge than your opponent or working harder in my eyes is forever an excuse. The argument of having more knowledge than your opponent or working harder in my eyes is forever an excuse. What do you mean? Do you mean like if you have more knowledge than your opponent, it just doesn't matter anymore because of how the game functions?
I don't really care about the difficulty of the characters. It's that people don't have the tools to deal with these top tier characters. They're just gonna run you
HK,
over.
HK said, I need more knowledge to win with Brian. That's not true. It is true.
I think so. I think this is true.
It is 100% true. And Memo, if you play Brian, you'll definitely understand. You would 100% understand because he does not have the same sort of neutral. And even though he has great combo damage, Nina and the top tiers have exactly the same, if not more, combo damage as Brian. So having better neutral and pretty much the same combo damage, and trying to deal with like their neutral is so overwhelming. You cannot run stupid shit with Brian and get away with it. I cannot spam my neutral moves over and over, my small buttons over and over and get away with it like Nina can, like Drag can. You know, I don't have a basically homing down forward 1. I don't have a down forward 1-2, which you cannot step or jails. I don't have absurd plus frames like these characters do. I don't have a power crush heat engager that I can use whenever I feel like I'm in trouble. A mid power crush heat engager. I don't have streamlined offense like those characters do. So it is very much true. I main Brian with Nina in T7, played him for years. T7 is a very different game. Very different game. Sorry, I missed a lot of messages up here. Wait a minute. That's way more stress. Oh, Blitz wanted to jump in a call. My biggest gripe with the game is mid evasion. That shit is the most frustrating thing ever. I mean, you can see it as an excuse, but there are people who play certain characters who are way higher ranks, and they should be. There are people who play certain characters who are way higher ranks than they should be due to the character they play, and that's just true. Big facts, 100% big facts, bro. I see there's like hard stuck blue Brian players who are far better than Tekken Emperor Jins and Alyssa's that I play. Better Kazuya's. There's better Steves in low blue ranks than there are in Tekken Emperor and Tekken King. Like there's such a clear disparity. It's with everyone seems to be in some way we're all getting effed up. Brian's down forward 2-1 has some of the worst tracking I've ever seen. Bro, I don't even use down forward 2. Rarely. I use it to check like Kuma's power crush. That's about it. I never use it when I have plus frames because I know people just they just
Step
have
the
this
shit
urge in them to step. Yeah. And I get launched for taking my +5, my +4. Bro, it's so shit. I use down 2 way more now. I use down forward 1, just try and abuse it, but it's so slow compared to the small buttons that these characters have which track you. They have down forward ones which track you. I do not have this option. I cannot play small Tekken with the top tiers. It's not possible.
I think Brian has like the worst small Tekken almost in the game. Yep. Other than like the obvious like Panda and Kuma and shit.
And I hate when I see people online who are like, "Oh, Brian has a G-Clef heat engager." Shut up, bro. You don't know what you're talking about. It's just fine. Play against a good person, a good player who's going to sidestep duck, or will just sidestep launch you, or sidestep something. And just, bro, try using that G-Clef. Try abusing that G-Clef and see how far it gets you. Brian doesn't even have a power crush at this point. I literally, the only time I use it is when I misinput it. I never use it. That's one thing I don't like. I feel like Brian used to have high damage as part of his identity, but like it feels like almost every character has almost high damage and they're the same damage. Yep. If you let your opponent pressure you non-stop, that's your fault. In my eyes, comes down to the player. Character matters to some degree, but an intermediate drag should never win. A high-level drag in a long set. Yeah, a drag v drag. The high-level drag will always win. But bro, it's so... That is so... what's the word I'm looking for?
Now you guys can speak your mind, say whatever you gotta say. I don't mind.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm just giving my rebuttal to it. But I think it's very,
Mhm.
I guess the word I'll use is closed-minded to say that if you let your opponent pressure you non-stop, that is your fault. Try playing the mid-tier characters. Try playing Brian's neutral versus the top tens. Just try and play it and see how far you go and how much more effort you have to put in. Try playing Heihachi into these top 10 characters. Try playing neutral against these characters. It's very simple. What I'm saying
What do
is
you
I
think
still want
is the future of in the next like 5 months, right? That's when they're gonna release the new character. Most likely have patch notes or whatever.
I do think Heihachi's bought a, he's bought a bit of time for some players. Um, I'm not too sure.
I like how
I'm
you
not too
phrase
sure.
that like they bought like some they
Yeah,
came out with like this super good design. You're just like, all right, maybe people will stay.
yeah, but like I don't know, man. I don't see. I know a lot of people will stop playing. I agree with what you said before
Mhm.
about the like, especially the player count going to be going down. I think that's definitely the case. People are going to be super frustrated with where it's sort of going. Again, I feel like if people look at it at the way I said, where it was like, I think the design of Heihachi kind of gives me hope that they know where the game needs to go towards. If you are going to do stance stuff, make it this kind of design. Um, then if people look at it that way, I think the game will be fine. But again, if and we said this last patch and the patch before and the patch before, and everyone's waiting for it. But it's like if they don't sort it by the next patch, then
Bro,
I don't know. I don't know,
bro,
man.
I swear they're gonna fucking kill the game.
Yeah, yeah,
And
100%.
this comes from a place of passion. Like I absolutely love Tekken, right?
Hmm.
But my God, they just don't give us the attention that we need. They don't care about like what's going on in tournaments because we have Osan who is the best at small Tekken, the best I would say almost ever compared to even Arslan Ash.
Hmm.
And he will remain inconsistent for these 6 months entirely, and it's not even going to be close. He will win every
Yep,
single tournament he goes to
yep,
because
I
he's
agree.
the best at small Tekken, and they've given him a character which is so fucking like ridiculously strong at doing this.
Yep, 100%. 100%. It's gonna be very difficult to compete with someone at that level using that kind of character.
Hmm.
It's like a cheat code, unless the other top tiers pick up Brian. But even then, I don't think it will matter because he's so deep into playing that character. Like he's got it on lock. So by the time they catch up, he'll be another 6 months ahead.
Or
So it's like,
even Jimmy J has been like getting fucking bagged, bro. Like
mm,
we're talking about the best Brian in the world cannot compete with these drags. Like not even close, not even top 8. Like
it's ridiculous.
everyone's saying how good Brian is, and Brian is a solid fucking character, bro. Just take a look at the stats in tournament, and you'll just see the reflection on what's going on, what's actually going on in the game.
100%. And before, if anyone decides to say in the chat, "Oh, that doesn't make Brian a weak character," brother.
They're not
the-
obviously not listening to the statements I'm
Yeah,
saying.
they're not listening to like the statements. Yeah, just to make it clear, we have said he's a top 15 character. It's very strong on paper, especially. But if the best of the best cannot make it work against top tiers, that should be very telling of the state of the game. The best players in the world from literally a game which was out 9 months ago, which was there 9 months ago, which everyone was banging out.
Yep.
From there to now, in 9 months, the top players playing these characters, not just Brian. Look at Super Akuma, one of the best fucking players. Now he's playing Lee. He's struggling. Like, did his skill just disappear? No, his character did, but he's not playing a top tier character now. So what does that tell you? You've got some
The
random
disparity
people
is too
making it.
high. The disparity is way
Yeah,
too high.
way too high.
And Lee's not even fucking bad, bro. Like he's just.
Yeah, good character. But is he a top 10? No.
Somebody said in my chat. I mean, he does well, but he just doesn't win.
Yep.
This is an
Imagine,
absolute legend that's been playing the game for fucking longer than I've been alive, bro.
yep,
And he gets bodied because Olsen's on a drag. Arslan is on June or Nina or
Nina,
whoever the
Nina,
fuck
yep,
he decides is OP that day.
yep.
And bro can't even, like, it's not even close. It's not even close. The
Yep.
characters are way too strong.
And if people's, again, want to cover all bases, because some people can't comprehend these things, if your response to that would be, oh, if you're a professional Tekken player, why not just pick up the top character? Brother, have these people who don't just go to the top 10 characters, with respect to them, maybe they should if they want to get the money, right? But they're character loyalist. They play the game for their character. They love their character. The game shouldn't be in a position where you should be dropping the reason that you play the game just so that you can maybe win a tournament or maybe compete with someone else.
Hmm.
Like,
And that was well
uh,
said because I don't like Heihachi and Brian is definitely who I wanna play. But like,
mhm,
why even go to do a tournament with them? You know?
yeah, 100%. Right. Let me just see what these guys said. That's one thing I don't feel like. Right. Yep. What I'm saying, I still want my 12 frame mid. Ah, bro, give me a magic forward, Brian. Still a high. They can still sidestep duck, but just give me that. Give me a backdash as well. I'll probably be happier. At least it's something to like having not having magic 4 in this game is criminal. Absolutely criminal.
I
Brian
feel like
having worse.
I feel like the funny thing is everybody knows who's OP, right? Like we don't even have to say individual characters. The community
Mhm.
fucking knows what's wrong with the game. But they refuse to actually take the time and actually fix it. Instead we have the Grim Reaper in fucking Tekken, like
Fuck, they give us a fucking the
bro.
seductive pack. Yes, well, seduction pack, bro. That's bro. I don't want a seduction pack. I'm being put in a pack by these top tiers, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's fucking
Bro,
funny.
I'm tired, bro. I don't want that pack anymore, bro. Just give me a patch. Just give me a good patch. Thoughts on Arslan versus Lily? That was an insane game.
HK, do you
Again,
guys
that
talk
should.
about the fact that people are shaming people for not liking Tekken 8, especially when they love 7? That's interesting. That's an interesting conversation.
Yeah. What
What do
was
you
it?
think?
What did he say? Said about something about shaming. Let me read that.
People are shaming. It's mostly Twitter, so it's fucking garbage. But HK, did you guys talk about the fact that people are shaming people for not liking Tekken 8?
For not liking. I don't know why people. I wouldn't understand why people would shame them. Now, I've had conversations with people who are hardcore Tekken 7 players who are not playing Tekken 8, and I completely understand and I feel for them because a lot of their characters, a couple players who are like Raven players as well, like specifically, like,
Mhm.
bro, they probably clocked over 6,000 hours in 7. Some of the best players in EU, but now they do not want to play or compete because what is the point? Like, the game is in such a horrid state. Why are they going to invest that much time? All of their knowledge from 7, even though they would still probably bop a lot of us, or they wouldn't bop the highest level of players because they would need to be putting in an absolute shift to take a game to make it out of pools probably. Like, it's just not worth the investment, and it's sad for them that they put so much time into a game hoping to go somewhat far with it, and now it feels like almost, not even almost, it's just a waste. It was like a waste of their time almost because the game is not the same at all whatsoever.
A lot of people like that Tekken 8 is different, but the core mechanics are so deeply changed and characters are so deeply changed. Like Devil Jin is not even noticeable anymore. Like his old
Mhm.
design was 10 times better, and a lot of people are annoyed. And I fucking hate that design now. It's so annoying to go use Devil Jin.
I hate Divergence design, honestly. So cheap, so rubbish, cheese, but like, there's no neutrals, nothing. It's just like, yo, can I cheese you with my mental stack? Like, how many health suits can I throw out until you block them? Like, bro, how many times I'm gonna use my charge against the wall? Are you gonna guess right? Am I gonna ball splat you? Or, like, bro, it's just like, bro, it's just such a rubbish design. So let me just catch up on this chat real quick. Arslan v Lily, that was
Scrubby
a
this Tekken.
very interesting match, and that was like a perfect example of like the small. Not only do you have to deal with this game and the BS that comes in it, the small nuances like that, which even Arslan Ash doesn't know about, where his sidestep one got crushed by Matterhorn, and from there he lost the whole round. Like he even he said it himself, I think on Twitter, he's like, "There's so much I need to learn about this game," and it's so overwhelming the amount of information in this game there is to take in.
For being
Brian
a
two.
new Tekken player, I feel Tekken 8 is more scrubby than previous Tekkens, but I still find it enjoyable and learn new
Yeah,
things IMO. This is specifically talking about the highest level of play. Even though you enjoy it, you can enjoy it all you want. But when it comes to the highest level, this game is a fucking headache. It's
100%.
almost like unfair if you want to play a actual character. Like everybody's just tier sexual, and I will not conform to this. I will not fucking play drag. I will not do this shit,
Yep.
and that's why I don't want to compete.
Yep. Brian too slow to play small Tekken consistently and take his turn back, in my opinion. Yep. Super difficult. He got to hold so much bullshit. Yep. You have to be super patient with him. You have to eat an extra 1 or 2 mixes before you can take your turn. And even then, you need to make sure when you take your turn, it's the right read, or you're getting a counter hit launch. Otherwise, it's wraps. He means intermediate drag versus high level Brian. Yeah, but we're talking about high level of gameplay, bro. We're not talking about like, bro, I'm not gonna lose to an intermediate drag, or HK is not gonna lose to an intermediate drag, but he will lose to Fear of Silence in a tournament. I know you weren't saying that, Crimson. I remember I was saying that. So that argument's like completely void. But high level Brian would have that knowledge. That's the point. You can have all. This is the thing. You can have the knowledge of how this character works. But thank you for the raid, 10th. You can have the knowledge. It's fine, but you will still get overwhelmed by that character because of how his streamlined offense work and his ability to take the turn back, compared to, like, for example, the kit or that Brian has. It's not designed for you to cheese your turn back and flipping go ham. His kit is very much the same to 7. Obviously, he's got added tools. He's great. He's a great character. Cool. But that's not the point, because he cannot compete. Like, at high level of gameplay, neutral is by far the most important thing. You cannot compete with a character who has homing down forward ones and just insane plus frames and pressure. And on top of that, you having to think in the back of your mind, okay, now it's my turn. I'm going to throw a down 4, because I'm scared I'm going to get either stepped or heat or power crush heat engaged. Like, it's very frustrating to deal with. Not gonna lie, Dev, this is like the worst thing to happen to Tekken. It's Tekken 8. It just feels very apparent that the majority of the
Fix
community wants everything.
KBD. What do you think about
Just
the backdashes and movement in this game in general?
so one second, just finish this. The majority of the community wants everything because the top tiers want to have it. For instance, better lows. That's worth it. Yeah, and that's not how the game works. They're not going to be able to give every character everything. I understand that, but the correct balances need to be made, like homing on certain moves, etc. And backdash needs to be fixed for a lot of characters, because how else am I going to get out of pressure in this game with a nerfed backdash and better? It doesn't even matter that sides are supposedly better in this game, because everything homes so much better. So now it's like I can't even backdash out of pressure, and
You're playing a
I
male
can't
character
sidestep.
as well. That really does matter a lot. Brian cannot
Yeah,
step, but Lily can step.
yeah, 100%, 100%. I think Heihachi is a bad sign of things to come in terms of design. I don't think so. I mean, if they don't fix the top tiers, then yes. Thank you for the follows, by the way, Phantom as well. But I think he's an honest character, which requires execution and thought on your offense and your defense. Makes community mind warped a lot on top of what all these strong characters are getting, and also just how easy Tekken has become. Yep. An intermediate player will make those mistakes with dockable or high strings for him to capitalize on. Intermediate Brian will make those mistakes with dockable or high strings for him to capitalize on. Yep. What happens when you put an intermediate Brian with an intermediate drag? Yeah, then if the Brian is not ducking the strings and getting reward where he can, he'll probably get overwhelmed if they're the same skill level, again, because it's so much easier to run your offense with drag. They need to bring movement back. Agreed. You saw Olsan saying on FDX's stream that JD Star needs to just use more QCF4. Yeah, as funny as it is, it's true. Literally, he was like QCF4, QCF4, use QCF4. Like, imagine that being your game plan at the highest level of gameplay.
Yeah, I know,
Imagine
right? I
telling
know.
your counterpart, yo, throw out your +7, basically homing, wall breaking, ground breaking, floor attacking, 90 million damage mid. Just throw it out more, bro. It's such a good move. Yeah, he's right. He's right. Use it more.
Osan is absolutely right. I mean,
Yeah,
that
because
is
movement
that is
sucks.
absolutely the fucking game plan. Though he's just like, oh, he's on the ground. Well, let me just use this. If he gets up, I'm gonna be +7 or +9
Yeah,
even because he's gonna be getting up.
you can't even
Or he's
tech
gonna
it.
hit him
You
on the
can't. You
ground.
can't even tech it correctly. Like you can't have those Tekken 7 scenarios where you stay on the floor for a bit. You kind of scare your opponent because the get up kick will launch them. It's like, yo, what am I gonna eat? A toe kick? All right, QCF4, 30 damage on the floor, dead. Also, Tekken should not be this lab intensive. Yep. Look, hilarious it is. Super Kuma isn't dedicating enough time in the game. He said it on his stream. That's why his placings are mid. One sec.
Do you think a lot of people are falling out of love with Tekken?
Yes. I mean, that was a perfect fucking that statement. Super Akuma, multiple world time champion, won multiple tournaments, insane player, one of Europe's best players.
I would say
He-
second, right behind Joker.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, probably right behind Joker from 7. And he is not investing time into this game. That should be telling enough about the state of this game. He didn't just become washed in 9 months. No, he's still definitely one of the best in Europe by far. But is he abusing a top tier? No, if he was, he probably would. No magic 4 on the counter hit base character. Crazy. Don't like this idea of movement being bad. Yep, I'm playing at 0 for most of the sets. Everyone is forced to lab now. It's really fucked. I was speaking in the sense of intermediate drag. What is this? No, I was speaking in the sense of this intermediate drag and high level Brian. High level Brian will be an intermediate drag. Like if you're talking like a Tekken Emperor, Tekken God drag versus a GOD Brian, 8 out of 10 games, the Brian will win. Those two will come from his flowcharts being so easy and they can just work that he probably just won because you guessed wrong. Not because you got outplayed, but because you just genuinely, like, there was nothing you could do in certain scenarios. You're at the wall, your back's at the wall, and you've eaten 3-4 QCF4s in a row, and then he smashed because you can't step it at -7, and he lost. And I
the
get
heat
this.
smashes are a big problem, especially with the top tiers there. They're so ridiculous, man. Drags is ridiculous. Nina is like, what even is that?
Yep, literally.
I mean, you can mention a lot of characters here.
100%. Because this scenario didn't make sense, saying a high level Brian would be an intermediate drag, which is obvious. Yeah, it's obvious. That's fine, but we're not talking about that. Well, I know you're agreeing with what we're saying. I Richie, you're talking about what Memoir was saying. But yeah, it's just simple facts. Brian's small tools compared to someone like Nina or Drag is just not the same. So you cannot play this character at top level of play when your supposedly quickest mid is steppable to both sides. So when you want to check someone, it is not possible. You need to throw out something so slow to do it. You're 15 frame down forward 1. What happens if they step left? Then what?
Then you're cooked.
Then you're getting launched for taking your turn back. Those scenarios where your opponent is -2, -3, -4 are mega detrimental to Brian's game plan. You want me to throw out my someone's gonna say, yo, just throw out your homing move. Let me throw out my 16 or 18 frame,
Yep.
homing move and hope. Just hope that they didn't sidestep at -2 and do another down forward 1-2 or a down forward 1.
All
And
they do
become
is like
+8.
there would be like -1, -2. They step into a block and then
Yep.
they react to you forward dashing and then you get blasted. They duck your block kick or whatever.
Yep. Literally, it's just nonsensical to argue that if we're just talking about Brian here compared to someone like Nina or Drag, it's just completely nonsensical to just the top 10s in general. Or Feng, by the way, down forward 1 0 on block, guys. Remember that. Um, Fine against these characters, small Tekken at the highest level of gameplay, where again, neutral is the most important. Do you really think at the high level, how many times do you see Ni get a counter hit back one? It just doesn't happen. How many times do you see him get a QCF1 launcher counter hit? Rarely, maybe once in a game, maybe twice. He gets a knockdown, sure, because they sidestep and block, or maybe they get clipped sidestepping, but they just eat the follow up and that's it. Neutral is reset. But do you see him getting his big launchers off? No. You see him timing someone with forward 3 in the close range because that's his best bet. Or while standing 3, still taking risks because it's punishable. You can lose your turn, fine. We'll take that. It can also be stepped, but like you have to take those necessary risks. And what we're saying is the top tiers do not have to take necessary risks to get reward. You gotta remember, small neutral tools, there's no recoverable HP. So if this bitch Nina just down forward 1-2s in my face and it just happens to hit twice, yo, I've lost over 50 HP non-recoverable and it's still her turn and I'm still forced to eat a mix. So tell me what part of Brian's kit has that? There's nothing. So yeah.
Do you think a lot of characters are stuck in T7?
Yes. I think everyone's saying, oh, I've seen a lot of people say, oh, whenever I've had this conversation with a few people actually, and like they're like, oh, but he has that tool, like QCB1. Again, I'm just going to reference back to Brian. Oh, but he's got QCB1, Tekken 8 move. Okay, is that my whole game plan now? To throw out my high 15, maybe 16 frame launcher over and over again? Is that what I need to do at high level gameplay to win? Like, no. My neutral is still by far the most important. That's where I get most of my mileage from. So it doesn't matter. And if I really want reward, I need to go into heat and use my strings, my forward 2-1-2. Like, most of my reward comes from heat.
I want to talk about heat with you.
Yeah, sorry, I went on a ramble for a while. Sorry, you
That's good. Shit, man. Again, all that fucking anger. This game has been pissing me off too, bro. I understand.
For real.
Let's talk about heat. What do you think about just the mileage that like a Brian or a character like Brian can get compared to like Fang or Drag?
Yeah. So.
Wait, Brian has heat? Somebody just said in my chat.
Yeah, wait, Brian has heat. Yo, yeah. In terms of mileage, so cool. We have our, our parry move, which is, can be very cheap. Again, if you're playing against a half decent player, more time, they'll probably just block it. They'll be expecting it, but again, you get those mental frames. So you're still very much playing into your kit without heat, just being in heat itself. The 4-2-1-2 string, 3+4-2. Again, it's very much mental frames. Now you play against someone like Feng, you got a 10 frame wall splatting back 150 damage follow up shoulder. You've got a heat. He can do his like heat jump like 2-3 times in heat, and you have to eat a mix, and then he can just power crush heat engage your ass, and then force another mix on you. So in terms of, again, when we're talking about the state of the game, it's like you can flowchart even your heat state. You cannot flowchart your heat state with Brian. I am not going to go into heat and just do heat burst instantly. That is a complete waste of my heat. Complete waste. Unless I have a read on a low, yeah, then I'm going to throw it out. Or maybe if it's a stage where the floor will break, maybe I will throw it out straight away, who knows. But I'm going to try and use my forward 2-1-2 string, which is minus on block on certain parts, and try and again get mental frames to fish for a counter hit. So effectively I'm using his tools for the same purpose of getting a mental stack, getting mental advantage, mental frames, and fishing for a counter hit. So for me, his heat is very much what Heat should be for most characters, where it should complement your kit rather than carry your kit.
Hmm.
So
Like
Nina,
Fang was a perfect example. I feel like where you can just kind of turn your
yep,
brain off. You can fly into the fucking sky, get whatever plus frames you want, and mix them up, bro. It's so stupid. Same thing with Lars. I know there's a counter you can actually step his armor, but he
yep,
literally uses like a quarter, like half of his heat bar to get a mix up on you for free.
yep,
And I feel like that is terrible for the game. You know, if somebody actually just like, I feel like getting a mix up, right? And then they do the armor, and then they do the mid, and then they dash in your face for +5. It's a little too much. Somebody just said
yep.
in my chat, plot twist: all modern fighting games are dog shit. So I kind of agree, a little bit, but in all honesty, Street Fighter 6 is a better game than Tekken right now, and I'm gonna stand on business and say that. I don't even play Street Fighter, but I know it's a
Yep.
better game. I know it is.
Yeah. Same. I don't play it, but I know it's better. Everyone says the same thing. People, first of all, always rematch. Everyone runs the set. Constant updates. A few characters are
Their
OP
last
here and
update
there.
was like fucking terrible. I heard, but that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. But majority of the time, they actually listen, they update it correctly, and people just aren't pussies in that game. They will play you. People aren't that caught up on, the ranks and this and that, fucking getting their PNG.
Getting their PNG.
Yeah, it's people just actually want to play the game.
Shit, dude.
Constant updates. Yep. They add really cool shit too. Yep. I've
Street
seen.
Fighter 6 is way better than Tekken 8. But the top tiers are out of control, and they refuse to nerf them. Okay, so they kind of have like the same thing going on. Interesting.
That is interesting.
Not as bad as Tekken 8 may be.
Yeah.
Still better than any 2D fighter.
Boys, it's time to jump on UFC 5. I think. I think got a lot of hard tech, retech, and gambling. I love it, man. Yes, I know that's what I'm saying. Because it's has to be facts. I think, like you said, Brian is a strong character, but I'm not comparing. But him not comparing to the best characters is a big statement, speaking as a representation as of the state of the game. The more skilled I get at this game, the more I rely on stuff like forward 3. Yep, 100%. It's literally one of your, if not your best tools. It's not as easy to be strong and cracked in Tekken 8, I feel like, even though people want to say otherwise. You have to have some real crazy shit besides one big ass cheap move, for instances. Yep. I agree. I used to be one of those people who said, yeah, man. I mean, I still stand on it. Well, I think Tekken 8 is really hard, but for all the wrong reasons. Just for all the wrong reasons. It's like,
But just defense all day. That's what it is.
yeah, man. What's crazy is the amount of people who think Brian is overly powerful due to Snake Eyes and QSP1, but it's like if he didn't have that, then he would be exactly like T7 Brian. Yeah, I mean that's his T8 tools. They are very strong. Don't get twisted. That's why he's top 15 character. But again, if we're looking at the best of the best players in the world, which is what we're looking at, why the hell are the people who were absolutely dominating T7 struggling their asses off to make a top 8 in any tournament with these characters? Like, if that just doesn't make sense in your brain, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. God, you need God, maybe a couple prayers and that. But like,
I've been
it
so
should just
salty at this game, bro. Like, you have no idea.
yeah.
I come back, bro. I'm so souped. Play Hachi, get sad instantly again. Fuck this game. Dude, when we were reading the patch notes, I remember thinking to myself, I just you were reading them out, and I just sat there silently, and I was thinking to myself, what the fuck are they doing? If they're not spending time on actually updating and providing some type of value to like the community that's playing professionally, then what are they doing? We have a seductive fucking outfit. That's what we have.
Seduction pack, bro. It's exactly what we needed. Nah, but QCF 1+2 is safe, so he's broken. Yeah, like, bro, also that whole argument, yeah. Look, QCF forward 1+2, fantastic move, especially in heat. Yo, bare damage. Cool. But in neutral, if you think I am going to spam QCF 1+2 in Nina's, in Drag's face, in King's face, and they're blocking, because unless they're dogs who are going to duck every single time at mid range or close range or any range, why the hell would I want to go -9 every single time in their face, just praying that QC? Is that how we need to play the game? Where,
That's I do that a lot. I spam that fucking Requiem.
I mean,
Among
I
Us
use
shit.
it a lot, but like when I'm playing against, especially those characters I named, like, why am I going to risk going like that minus and being forced to eat a disgusting mix, potentially a full throw game, or just lose my turn instantly on a potential opportunity to either get a heat engager or potentially burn my entire heat for a launcher? Like, I don't abuse that move completely. I use it, but I don't abuse it. It's like I get it's safe, but like losing your like taking your turn with QCF 1+2 every single time, it's just not how you play. And it shouldn't be how you play Brian. But if that's what I need to do, then maybe I should do it more. I play yeah,
Street Fighter 6 has tons of gambling. Probably the biggest issue with the game besides the top tiers. Dude, Street Fighter, I mean, not Street Fighter, sorry. Tekken 8 is the definition of let's go gambling, and they block your shit, and then you get fucking blasted.
yep. Super annoying to deal with. Someone in your chat said, I feel like Kuma has a well balanced heat mode, although I'm biased
Zolo
since
is
I play
trolling.
him.
Zolo is trolling. I read that and I just said, I'm not even gonna say that out loud, bro. I'm good.
Oh man. But yeah, like, again, if we compare QCF 1+2 in heat compared to Nina's heat, yo, first of all, Nina has those stupid little mid launchers in heat, which chip you for like 30 HP, and then she's like plus infinity, and then she does it again, and then she does heat smash. And not only have you been forced into 6 mixes in that time, you have also been chipped for about 40 to 50 damage. And then there's another mix right at the end. So at least with my QCF 1+2, if I hold forward, my whole heat bar is gone, and I have chipped you for probably about 10 HP. Yeah, these top tier characters will chip you for half your HP before they burn their heat. Again, heat is not balanced. Everyone's balance heat should be balanced, and it is not.
Even comparing like Claudio's heat, where he just has so much utility with it.
Claudio's heat.
It's like, right, the fucking DP. He has his super mids, which you can counter some of them, but wow, that shit is ridiculous to deal with, and
Yeah.
all heat is like not equal at all. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
Brian can't do that shit with heat. Where's my fucking 5 turns in a row?
Where's my mid crushing, on hit launcher, which chips you and leaves you plus into another mix? Give me that move, bro. Down by 1+2. Give me that shit. Give me a low heat smash, which wall breaks.
Even well, Kuma's a good example of how retarded the fucking heat system is.
Mm-hmm.
Just like how bad it can actually get, where the whole character is just kind of built on that, where they can
Yep.
be rolling towards you and they have so much utility out of just rolling towards you. It's so stupid. Like the
Literally.
wall splat or fucking doing the low or doing the mid.
Yep.
Hey, how are you? It makes all of his gimmicks real. That's the worst part. Gimmicks should be gimmicks. Tekken has had that forever, but now it's actually real. Now it's
Yeah.
nobody wants to deal with this shit.
Now your gimmicks are a mix-up. It's
You guys 1v1ing? Nah, we're just ranting. You can play if you
yeah,
want. Just chilling.
just round seven. I'm just opening up the lab.
Feels like he's more of his heat mode than an actual character. That's pretty spot on, Zolo. Yep.
Yeah, 100%. Kuma is purely heat. Outside of heat, you're playing Tekken 7.
Nah, HK, you're not ready for me to get on this game. Aren't you like fucking purple?
I remember when the biggest gimmick in the game was Yoshi's Soul Stealer in T4.
He never played the game. Okay. Say again.
Merikash said, I remember when the biggest gimmick in the game was Yoshi's Soul Stealer in Tekken 4. Oh, I didn't even play then. I don't even know what that was.
Soul Steel, it's like you can steal like Death Fist and shit, and like Mark's
Oh, yeah. I remember when you were talking about this. Yeah.
best fucking mechanic that Yoshi's ever had. It's good out though. I thought that was awesome. I'm just thinking about like what I want to talk shit about next. Not even individual characters, I just in general. I get that a lot of people are like associated with Bandai and don't really want to like talk about the game like this.
Yep.
But this is what the fucking community needs. And like the game's not okay, especially in high level. Like it's just not.
Yep,
We can stop pretending that it is, because we're always just gonna see the same 5 people or the same 8 people in the top 8. It's gonna be so boring watching these tournaments.
100%. And you know, if they really care about the game, I would hope, let's say, Harada Wano was lurking in our chat. I would hope, he would appreciate the honesty over someone just pretending that the game is okay.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like I said before, I truly am passionate about this game. I really do care about the state of the game, and not only for pros, but for the whole entire community on who's playing this game.
100%.
And I feel like they have straight up disregarded a lot of the community, not even high level, which sucks.
Yep.
HK, when have we seen the Law to God? Never. Actually, I could probably do that shit. Probably be piss easy. If I'm gonna be honest.
Yo, man, how you doing? I guess one question I have to you two is that what do you guys think they could add to make it less stale at the highest level? Go for it. What do you think?
Okay. Interesting question. Less stale at the high level. I mean, do you think it would just be character balance? Needs to get shot too. That's the first thing that comes to mind. Just like even in the lower levels, like if you're going against a fucking Kuma, you're just like, bro, what even is this game? He's electric me 5 times. I can't duck it. There's no actual counterplay. Like, yeah, we need to see more counterplay. I feel like that's number 1.
What's like an example of counterplay? Like specifically?
So when it comes to like Nina's RPS on her down forward 1-2, when she sidesteps and she goes into a low, they can actually hit confirm this. But if they're, this is a bad example. Fuck, hold on. Because she can hit confirm it, I feel like this is a bad example. A lot of shit tracking, drags a back 4, back 3-4, back 4-3, back 4-3. Yeah, that's what it is. The second hit will always home in, right? So let's say you step the first hit. Why does the actual string just like entirely track? There's no
It,
homing like property to it, but it's completely homing.
yep, that's pseudo homing. They
Yep.
need to get rid of it. Do you reckon what make the string not jail anymore?
Well, I don't mind like the actual strength of it. There's just no actual counterplay.
Yep.
Even if you make the read that they're gonna do it, they're gonna instant timing back 4-3, and you step it, then you can't get a punish, or they can also do the mid and be completely safe. There needs to be a constant like if you're doing something, there needs to be a good counter to it. Even if they do the mid and they stop doing it, then you can probably get like a 10 frame, right?
Yep.
I don't know the properties on back 4-2 or the mid.
On back 4-2. Which move is that?
Um, do you know the mid starter, the heat engager?
Oh yes. Yeah.
So
Cool.
that one, you know how he has like a mid follow up?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's completely safe. There should be proper risk reward to this, like making it -10, and
Yo, Draco, how you
actually
doing, bro?
having like a little bit of risk to it, because I feel like they could just throw this mid out and nothing really happens. There's no, I guess you're -9, but like there's no punishing going on, and then it would actually make a lot more sense because there's a follow up to it.
Mhm. What else is there on here?
Release
Someone
Tekken
just
9 under another publisher.
someone just be stuck where I'm at because I don't know how to get fast characters, big moves, then I don't go to the next. Just got a lab, unfortunately. What would motivate you to continue playing Brian in ranked ever since you hit GOD? Also, aside from improving for tournaments, what would motivate me? I mean, I really want to get back into ranked with him. And yeah, I shouldn't care about losing my rank, but the thing is, I care to lose if I'm losing to just absolute bullshit. And that's why I've been playing so many characters. Like I've ranked up like 15 odd characters and I've got a better understanding of their move list, what they do, what I can punish, what I can't. And I need to do that to be able to even have a chance in this game to compete with those characters. Like those characters that I've played myself, when I run into them in ranked, like there's a part of me where I'm like, I'm so happy I played this character and labbed him because I don't feel like it's completely hopeless. Um, but yeah, I don't play any of the other waifus, so that's where I need to go to next to really understand it.
Yeah, I've been
Uh,
I've been grinding ranked a lot, right? But
yeah, you've been grinding it, but again, I feel the skill difference between us is like very clear. So like, you're definitely more comfortable. You got like fucking basically 5
600k
years.
points, or yeah,
Yeah,
that too
bro.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like 600k points on Brian, bro. Like, I got like 4k with Brian, and then started losing it, and it's because I lose my head. Like, when I lose to just basically rubbish,
It's
even
because
if
of the fucking balance of the game, bro. It's exactly it right there.
yeah, like it's not fun.
All
And
I do is I go online, I see Victimo, who's a fantastic player, but he's on Nina, so he has the obvious advantage over me. And the
yep,
matchup is also fucking dog shit. I'm facing him, quite often, I feel like.
yep, I see it all the time. You always come up against him.
Yep. Not gonna lie, HKB stone face when he loses. That's how it has to be. Because if I said something, shit would get wild.
Think the game will ever be balanced? My sessions are getting smaller and smaller as the days go by. Hopefully, you can only hope, bro. I'm still hoping that, like, holding out, because yeah, I do really like this game. This is pretty much the only game this is the only game I've ever invested this much time into. Um,
Damn, we got a Tekken Doomer. Cal
who?
Reg, I'm gonna read your chat. Honestly, I don't think this game will ever get better. They would need to literally remake. from the ground, and that's not happening.
From the ground. I don't know about that from the ground, but definitely
Like
just
how do you expect them to nerf drag? Like they gave him the most ridiculous tools that doesn't even make sense to be on drag. Like Hatchet doesn't make sense. QCF4 does not make sense to be on drag at all. They gave him a low game, which is stupid as shit.
how would they buff this character? Bro, Dev, I was scrolling on Twitter and I saw a guy actually comboing OTGF. Yeah, same, bro. I'm gonna lab. That's what I was about to lab as well. Thank you for reminding me. It's very difficult. It's a timing and like situational type thing, but yeah, you can combo Omen. Did you
I,
see it? HK.
yes, yes. You
Yeah,
can
yeah.
dash electric it after.
Yep.
QCF4 should not wall splat. It's overtuned. Wall splat, ground hitting, +7.
You think they
Wall
could
break.
implement like a top 500 leaderboard to keep online fresh? I mean, they kind of really already have that. Like, you can see your name where you are.
Right.
So I don't know if that's gonna make a difference.
The netcode is probably a fucking great place to start.
Yeah,
I feel like
100%.
it's gotten worse, bro. It feels terrible now.
Yeah, trust me.
How do you feel about Brian currently? He's very strong. Top 15. Can he compete in the highest level though? No. Black and drag launch -14s. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Yeah, quarter circle forward 4. Does that give a full combo or a guaranteed follow up?
Which move?
Quarter circle forward 4 on drag.
Quarter circle forward 4. Oh, does it give a what? Full combo?
Does it give a combo or is it a follow
It's a combo,
up?
I believe. Yeah, it's a combo.
Gives full combo and heat dash. Okay, so we confirmed it. And back 4-3 is also a full combo and heat dash, which is stupid as shit.
Yeah. I think you gotta do real one, by the way. I meant normal TGF. Thunderbird. Oh yeah, you can do that.
What would you guys play? Say Hawktree, is he top 15 or what?
Not even closer to bottom 15.
Closer to bottom 15, yep. I would say just below mid tier. Brian needs a better power crush. Yeah, that shit is ass. Are they working on the next character, you think, now?
Who do I think they're working on?
No. Like, do you think they're working on their next character right now?
I hope so.
I don't at all.
Wait, it's gonna be imagine Marduk, bro.
Yeah, no, this game's gonna be fucking on fire, bro. I'm gonna start my PC. It's gonna light my PC on fire. Fucking, it is so poisoned what they're doing. It really is. I'm probably gonna get a lot of slack for talking shit in the game, but this is the reality of the game.
Yeah, I don't care if people are upset with what's being said. I couldn't care less. This is my opinion. And if they're happy with where the game's at, they probably play Dragon Nino.
Yeah, I hope it's Armor King. That would be way more healthy for the game. I would rather wait another 5 months for let's say Armor King's next. I would rather wait another 5 months and they actually balance the game and make this game a little bit more enjoyable because wow. The Steam charts are plummeting. It's gonna be bad, bro. I'm telling you, this is gonna be the downfall of Tekken if they don't fucking patch the game. I am dead ass. This game is in a terrible state. Nobody talks about it. Everybody wants to suck off Bandai, and that's how it is.
Yep.
Ancient Ogre would be fucking fire, bro.
Yeah, yeah, that would. I never got a chance to play him, but heard a lot of good things about that character.
Oh, he was terrible.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Doesn't even matter though. Mad fun.
Oh, Tekken, 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 Tekken. Please
MK1 is
fix.
definitely in the worst state, 100%. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
No, I was just saying, I really, really hope something happens. I don't know. I don't know what I'm expecting.
Do you think if they patch the game in 6 months,
6 months.
6 months, bro? Imagine that. Oh my god.
Bro, they would lose half the player base.
Just even saying that out loud is just like
We
so
got 6 months of
frustrating,
this
bro.
shit.
Six month pass periods. Like, I can't. HK's about to lose it, bro. I am. It's actually real. Heihachi is mad fun though. I do like Heihachi.
Yeah, so never thought I would enjoy Mishima, but here I am. Can't stop playing this character.
He's addicting, bro. I'm telling you.
Amazing attack and discussion. We love these. Yo, you missed so much of it, Blackheart. You missed all of our majority of the frustrations we've had. But if there's anything, if you have a question or something you want us to rediscuss, do ask. Because
I'm ready to talk some shit anytime, any place.
yeah, anytime, that's what we're here for. We just want to talk shit, bro. Really. You need someone who screams and modes. Yes, it's exactly what we need.
Yeah, we need a Lily 2.0, bro. I want that bitch screaming in my ear. Just gonna go over to your chat real quick. See what they're saying.
Yep. The last point you mentioned should have been. They could have. If I had to nerf drag, I would remove the ground hitting feature of QCF. Yep. 4, I'd nerf the tracking on back 4-3. Yep. I'd make QCF 4 follow up instead of a launcher. Yep. In heat, and I would fix that 4-3 1+2 rage up. I don't mind the 4-3 1+2 rage up. I like those kind of interactions. Um, Brian has the same thing with 1+2 2. 1+2 2 into Rager is guaranteed. So I don't mind stupid little interactions like that. I like it's. I think it's unique.
Yeah, bro, I'm straight depressed playing this game right now.
Yep.
I feel like I've never even felt this way about any Tekken.
Legit.
Just like no hope, bro. Fucking 5 months until we even hear about a patch, bro.
It's a
I can't
fucking
take
joke.
it. Guaranteed, if they release another character, they're gonna do the same shit that they did on Heihachi's release. We have 4 actual changes, and then everything else is garbage. And we have Dragonoff -2 damage on Hatchet.
Yo, but just remember, bro, we got a down 3 1+2. No, a down 1+2 3 buff, bro. We're eating. We're eating. Us Brian mains are eating. That was it. That's exactly what we needed in this game. We didn't need, nerfing of certain moves, tracking to be nerfed. No, 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 no. We needed that shit fixed ASAP. Can we talk about Devil Jin's down back 1+2? That is carried Lamau, and when we do
Bro,
get a patch,
Double Jin
we'll
got nothing,
dodge.
bro. Leave down back 1+2 alone. If they made him a good character, then we can talk about down back 1+2. But the buff was a legit joke, I know, bro. They're laughing at us.
If they make our fuck around or AK a rushdown stance, I will cry. That's exactly what's gonna happen.
They're listening to the community. Everyone's like, why the fuck does Heihachi have a stance now? Like, what do we... Oh, I'm so fucking annoyed, dude.
I feel your frustration, brother.
What'd you think about T7 balancing?
I don't think it was any better. I just think the overall the gameplay was there was an answer for everything in a way, and as OP as these like characters like Marduk and Geese and Akuma doing ridiculous damage, at least when you went tournaments, or
Yep.
maybe not towards the end, I was gonna say, you saw more of a variety of characters winning,
Hmm.
which is an indication of a good balanced game.
Right.
Um,
I agree.
but yeah, I don't know. It was, bro, I don't know how to describe it. It was just, yeah, T7 balancing was much more frequent and the batches were big.
Hmm. Yep.
Yeah, like they put more time into it. They actually changed things, but like the state of it at the end was still just like ridiculous. It was just Infinite and Cooney and you know Super Akuma just bombing everyone.
Kazumi running away and...
Because everyone running away, man, everyone running away. Like the overall gameplay was just like it was very simple. Everyone understood what they needed to do to win, right? In this game, I don't
Right.
understand. In this game, it's like, yo, is it ever my turn? Uh, how do I win? Am I gonna eat 5 mixes in a row? Am I gonna get clipped in heat for making the right step and the right read and get
Yeah.
launched?
On this note, I'm gonna ask you this question: do you think the balance team actually knows what the fuck they're doing?
No,
Okay.
because yeah, they said it was a new. They got like a new team there as well, like some new devs or whatever, and clearly they don't understand what Tekken is. Like I'm pretty sure first of all of them are waifu players, and secondly they're hard stock red ranks. That's my conclusion for the devs team, because nothing else makes sense as to why things are being patched and done the way they are.
Hmm.
Like it feels like there's no actual thought process behind what they're doing. They're just kind of doing it.
Just kind of doing
They're not
shit.
cha-
Yep.
yeah, they're just like playing around. They're like, yo, let's see how the community reacts. Or oh, well, oh look, user 15 said this again, lol, and they kind of sit there and laugh, and they make a little bet with each other. They're like, yo, £10 that
Ten
this
pounds
pro
minus 2 damage.
yeah, literally, yo, well, how many retweets do you think this one's gonna get? Oh, how many people do you think are gonna pick up this character now? Yo, I'm bet it's for them. It's just it's a game within a game for them.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I totally agree. I feel like they're completely lost. They don't. They have to understand like who's actually fucking OP, right? And what characters are actual diarrhea for the game.
Yep.
They have to understand. They just decide not to do anything about it.
Oh man, this game is so depressing. Actually, man, I love you're mastering that combo now, G, bro. Trust me, trust me. This is the dev tech, bro. No one was doing this before me, fam. This is my combo route. Hey.
Which is Skid
Hey.
Row citizens. The dev team is a bunch of Skid Row citizens.
I need to try this on the wall blast stage. Yeah, bro. And even yo, if you electric them at the wall, like you're close to the wall, get that electric off, side switch, and you get exactly the same combo damage. Look at the combo damage. 81, 82 if it hits the wall. Exactly the same combo damage as your normal route. 84. Ugh. My goodness.
I do want to bring up another point.
Go for it.
So with Heihachi's balancing being so good,
Yep.
fuck. I feel like it really highlights on how bad the game really fucking is. Just the absolute bullshit you have to go against. Well, Heihachi actually has like a balanced toolkit where you can step a lot of shit. There's a lot of counter to it.
Yep.
And then you think of any top tier, and it's just counterplay, and you fucking grab your magnifying glass, and you can't find a fucking single thing. No weakness.
Nothing.
Super tools.
So what was the follow-up point for that?
It's just annoying. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They actually don't.
I said again, I feel like I'm really holding on to it, but like if they can get Heihachi's design so perfect, so Tekken, so much Tekken 7 plus Tekken 8 perfectly combined, execution, option select,
Mm.
just difficult. Like you can't be carried by this character. Surely, surely you can do this for every other character. Surely you know what you need to do. Like what made the dev team decide that everything can be stepped of this character. Everything can be either, you can power crush, you can grab him. Like you have options. You have options to beat this character. If you can manage that,
So
why?
beautifully, I feel like this is like
Yeah, like perfect. Like this character is genuinely like just perfect. I'm having so much fun. Like if you can do this, then why can't you nerf the top tiers? Like why can't you see the problems with them? Like you clearly saw the problems with maybe making Hayachi how you maybe initially were going to make him, but you chose to make him like this, and it's perfect. He's probably not tournament viable, but
what
he's
he
very
could
much.
be if there's
Yeah,
actual nerfing going on or something fair going
exactly,
on.
100%. Like people will play this character in tournament if every character was sort of like this, where it's just down to your skill if you can make this character work. Like why do we? Are they scared they're going to lose half the player base? Is that what it is? I think that's the most likely situation because there won't be anyone easy left.
I want to take a look at player count and who's actually playing which characters. I know this happened a while ago, but I just want to like look at the data again.
Yeah, go for it. Let's see who plays who. But have you ever seen a man making a game out of a game or developing a game? T7 with heat would have been enough, bro. Repairing something that's not broken. Well, I mean, he was pretty broken in 7. I think he would be a bit OP in this game. He would be like Dragonov if he had T7 tools and he. But that is actually what Dragonov is and Nina is. It's T7 Heihachi with insane neutral and disgusting heat. So if you did have it, he would be broken. If he was the exact same design, bro, no one is playing any other character but Heihachi, bro. I promise you that. What's to discuss on TV? What Thomas and that should be a thing. Already holds the name destruction. Why does she have an option to cover everything? Yep. I feel like a big selling point is accessibility in this game. This is why shit's busted and easy to do. Yeah. I was saying that earlier. I think that's where most of their thought process comes from. It's how accessible can we make this game while still making it competitively viable, but it's really not compared. Like you need to pick the top tiers to do well. Like
Okay, you want to tune into my stream real quick? Just
yeah,
want to show you
sure.
something.
Oh my god. All right, cool. Let me.
So this was 6 months ago. I just want to reverberate. This is a while ago.
2 seconds. Let me put this up on my screen, my stream as well. All right, go for it.
So number 1, we actually have Eddie, who has the most streamlined offense, and I feel like he is probably like the most freest wins ever. That type of character. He's number 1.
100%.
Number 1, of course. We have Jin, who is not difficult to play, and he is extremely strong, and he's also second tier, which is pretty funny.
Unga Bunga character. You can Unga Bunga this. He's a party character as well. I don't care what people say.
King makes a lot of sense. A lot of people love King, but he's not like the strongest unless you're like a really high level player. I feel like you can't just like run up on people and grab them. A lot of people are just gonna duck you and you're gonna get cooked. So this is fine. This is actually. Then we go to Reina, and this is just like people really love this character, and I've seen a total of about 4 God Reinas. So this is a fucking tough character to play, and people that play are actually really like the character, so that's good. Barring is fine. I guarantee Kazuya is higher than what he is now, or what he was in this chart.
Yep, just because of how OD he is now.
Yep. Very, very high percentage on drag, which it makes a lot of sense. He's completely broken. Just an absolute diarrhea character. Play ranked with him and you'll
straight diarrhea.
Yeah. Law is a little bit more difficult than drag, I would say, because you have to use your brain a little bit.
Yep.
But he has insanely strong tools and is honestly just OP.
Yep. Put a good player on him. It's a long life.
Yeah, exactly. Lily makes sense. She's fucking annoying, and I hate Lily so much in this game, bro. I actually can't.
I hate this character. Yeah, give everyone her movement. Maybe the game will be balanced.
Yeah, this movement is broken, and she actually has super offensive tools, like ridiculous offensive tools. It makes no sense to me.
Yep.
There used to be an actual weakness to her where you can actually step a lot of her shit, her offensive tools, but it made sense because she could step your shit. You know, you step her shit, she steps your shit. But now it's just completely broken with her offense. I hate this design. Terrible design.
Agreed.
Brian.
Broken character, I guess. But super strong. People want to play him. Fun character. Just not OD, bruv. Not performing. Not doing shit.
The top 10 really do make sense. And just like Reina is probably like the only character that's like people just like play the character because they actually like her. But almost everyone else, people are just tier whoring. Tier sexual.
Yep. Tier sexuals, 100%.
Steve, a lot of people love Steve. He's not OP. His design is actually great. Yoshi's broken.
Me now,
What's up?
see Steve. Look, cool character, but him and Yoshi are next to each other for a reason, and it's I'm always gonna be a hater of moves which allow you to skip neutral
Up back
and
three is that what you're saying?
weave and up back three are just. And I know he's not top tier, he's not tournament viable unless you're Newman. I get it. I get all the arguments. You know, difficult to play, a lot of execution. Cool. If this character gets your back, you don't need execution. You are losing
70%.
100. Yes, 100% HP. First of all, at the wall, weave crushing your mids when you are like +8. You're trying to take your turn. You do a mid check and you get weaved and 1-1 into the wall. And now everyone has become code red and they are splatting you to the other wall. Yeah, for not even making a read, they just decided to weave because they knew it would most likely work. They did not think you were going to do a mid check. You know, they were like, yo, this guy's shit, he's plus and at the wall. Let me just weave and hope it works. And it works. So characters who avoid neutral like that, those kind of designs, and the only three characters there are, it's Yoshi Spin,
Yep.
it's Steve's weave and up back three, and Ling's AOP. And
Yep.
actually Nina's little stance as well. Those things are a bit OD. So, you know, maybe give, yeah, PTSD, bro, for real. Give Steve, you know, his, maybe just give him his downfall two back. But I swear to God, get rid of Weave. Or maybe get rid of our back three. One or the other, get rid of one of them at least. And the character's fine.
How much do you think this chart has actually changed from 6 months?
It's changed a lot. I said
I
Eddie's at the
can.
top.
Yep.
Crazy work. I swear Feng was higher. And I swear Drag was the second or first most played. What a speech. Thank you, Naful. I thought really long and hard about that. But yeah, overall, again, I don't mind. I have respect Steve players completely. I do respect them, and you know, it takes a lot to play that character. You know, you do have to use your brain to use him. You can't just be mindless with him. But there are times where you can be completely mindless with this character, and the mental stack this character can have on you is like, like you think you are plus, or you think you want to throw something out. Up back three launched.
I do
You're
want
like,
to talk about towards the end of the list. I do understand where you're coming from. He does have like some super evasive shit, and he never had that before. It was never like this. All he had was weave, and then 1-2 was his like best move, and now that's completely gone. He's just such a changed character. His design is like meh, but if you play him, respect to you, you know.
yeah, 100%.
So I want to go towards the end of the list and just start at like Nina.
Hmm.
Now, almost all of these characters I see pretty often. Like everyone behind Nina, I see them pretty often, I would say.
100%.
Why do you
All
think
the
that's the
time.
case?
So, if we're looking at Nina backwards, Nina, Feng, Alyssa, Zhao Yu, don't really see many Leos, don't really see Jax and Ravens as often. Claudio, Kuma, Shaheen, Zafina, fair bit of Panda and Kuma as well, to be fair.
Yep.
I see these characters at high rank all the time, and the reason is first of all, people can't be bothered to play. Like majority of those characters I just named are like very much sort of specialist characters, um, and the top percentile characters are playing those characters because they're more difficult to make, like to master, but they're the most OD characters in the game. The characters you're seeing at the top are the most carried in ranked and in casual play. So you're seeing Eddie. Bruv, look at Eddie's ranked character popularity. Literally, you spam with this character, and people have fun with this
Three,
character
three,
because
three, three.
3-3-3. They just go. That's how most people play fighting games. So it completely makes sense. Jin, one of the main characters in the game, if not the main character, super OD party character. You don't need to do sidestep electrics and bullshit. You don't need to do that anymore. You can just do 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1 4 down to hell sweep, go for a grab, Zen randomly up one, whatever. You can play that character that way. King, I think people just think is cool because he's a grappler, etc. Like those characters you see at the top are sort of there because it's just like
For the
and
wrong
Drag,
reasons, what you're
yeah,
saying.
all the wrong reasons. Drag is up there, and he was the second or first most played character earlier this year. Then he got nerfed, but like the reason so many people were playing him is because not only is he super OD, he's super easy to play as well and pick up and do well with. You can't just pick up Xiao Yu and win. She's super annoying, super OP, but no one can be bothered to learn her stances and this and spin and do all these
And
transitions.
duck AOP and all that
Yeah,
shit.
exactly. Because no, they haven't got the brain power to think, yo. Because some people who, if you see a top player playing Ling, just know she knows exactly when to AOP duck you and attack you. Like when you play against someone of that level, yeah, good luck, bro. Like it's a long life. Um, but yeah, again, I think those characters also are very boring at the lower end. Super boring to play, but they're just super strong. So and it's just the top percentile players, like the top of like the best players are playing those characters there. And yeah, again, I think it's because they're boring, not easy to pick up, apart from maybe Zafina. I don't know, maybe Claudio. But yeah,
I mean, I totally agree with your point of just like how it is like, okay, you see like towards the top of it, you see Dragon Law and Lily, and you know how like piss easy they are, and of course like Eddie and Jin,
hmm
and everybody just wants their free rank, so they stick with these characters, and you don't have to use almost any brain power to actually rank them up or get any like it's so easy to be effective with these characters that it makes sense that people are playing these characters a lot, you know.
Yep.
And then we go to like the where we see Nina and Fang and shit.
hmm
And I definitely agree that these characters are mostly harder and they take a little bit more power, but a lot of people just like don't like these characters, and I definitely understand. Like I wouldn't want to play Leo. I'd fucking shoot myself. Leroy is like as interesting as a rock, and dude, Shaheen, bro. Like who
Bro,
made Shaheen? Like
bro, who made this character? Who made this character, bro?
I can't hit my protein. But yeah, I definitely agree.
Yeah, a bit more brain power, just very boring. You won't get 3 points playing those characters in ranked. Maybe Alyssa. Again, I see a lot of Alyssas all the time. Like I see Alyssa more than Paul. I see Alyssa more than Lars. I see Alyssa more than Asuka. I see Alyssa more than Azutena. But again, it's just again the top level of player using these characters because they know how abusable and how good they are. Like you've literally got most of top five within the bottom half of ranked character popularity.
Yep.
So I mean,
And it goes a
yeah,
long way. If people don't know the matchup, they're gonna fucking blast straight to God.
yep, 100%. I mean, I think you've literally got top five in the bottom half. Apart from drag, pretty much top five. You got Nina, Feng, Ling, Alyssa, Shaheen.
Yep.
Like even Claudio could maybe even argue. Like
I wish we could see like the updated list of this because it would be very interesting because I feel like I know I would see.
yeah, this is what April 9th. Yeah, imagine we saw that now. I reckon those numbers have shot right up. April was a long time ago.
Now it's bad. Now everyone's tier sexual. It's fucking
Yeah,
terrible, bro.
100%. Now that people understand the state of the game, those characters have 100% shot up to the top.
If I could find something like very similar, more recent, I would love to just go over that with you. Let me see if I can find
Mm,
something.
yeah, I'll try to do a little search as well. Let me put my game back up here for now. Try and search. If anyone in chat has like an updated list, please do send it. I have yet to see a good Alyssa unless they're like God or Supreme. They would, bro. They would play the same. Whether they're Tekken King or God, play the same.
This is in July. It's 4 months ago. Fuck that.
Uh, what are you using? You checking Reddit?
I'm just on Google right now. But yeah, Reddit definitely has some shit. I can't
Mm,
find a damn thing. Hold on, let me go on Reddit.
what's the Twitter user that does the data analytic? They usually have everything, I think. Let me check. What would I? Who would I type in? What do I just like? Oh, oh. Is this when was July, August, September, October? Okay, this one's more updated. I've got an updated one, and then I've got a rank distribution from July 8th as well. Is anything even? Oh, I got a September ranked percentiles.
We could do September.
And what about ranked? There we go, September 15th.
Oh yeah, now we're talking. See it.
All right, cool. Um,
I'm on your stream,
thank
so
you, thank you, Aries, for that. Let me pull this up. Cool, sensational. Can you see that?
yes I can.
Lovely. I have May 11th data. Yeah, no, we've got September 15th here. It's probably the most updated we're gonna get. Um, cool. So looks very similar. Just more people abusing Jin.
And Cog, thank you for the raid. I really appreciate it. Got 80 homies in here now. Actually, we're about to go to 100 viewers, so
Sensational. They can all hear us rant about this game.
yeah, we're talking shit about the game, and this boys, we love Tekken, but we gotta talk some shit where talking shit is due, you know?
Oh my god, the Eddie fall off is so real.
Yeah, I know. I saw them at in like the middle. I was like, damn, bro.
Yeah, because everyone started labbing the character. They realized, yo, I can't cheese people anymore.
You can start off with whatever you gotta say about this.
I'm not surprised with Jin taking the number one spot. Everyone realized that this character is so carried in ranked. So of course people are going to use him. Full party character, easiest Mishima probably to play. Um, on top of that, obviously storyline, you know, obviously going to be one of the most popular characters, but yeah,
Hmm.
also one of the again easiest Mishimas to play. So people can say to themselves, "Yo, I play a Mishima, so it's difficult," but like it's really not because you're playing Jin. Makes sense. Um, we've seen Brian go up in popularity a little bit. He was below Yoshi before. Nice to see. Um,
Towards the top, it's actually changed a bit. I feel like a lot of people are actually playing the characters they like and not really um, being tier sexual or tier whoring, which is good to
it's
see.
definitely yeah, 100%. Everyone else is pretty much you're seeing more Paul. Um,
With the Karen haircut. I'm surprised people actually play the character.
who
Maybe
Paul?
it's because of glaciating, how popular he is. A
Ah,
super popular streamer,
yeah,
fantastic player. I think he's the most skillful in the U.S.
a
He just
hundred
doesn't go.
percent, 1,000,000% glaciating is. We were talking about this in Discord yesterday, a couple of the homies, and
Hmm.
100% he's technically one of the greatest players, bro.
He's
Unbelievable player.
Uncrowned king, bro. I'm telling you, best player.
uncrowned king. Like every decision he makes is just so thought through. Like he makes Tekken look like what Tekken should be.
Yep. Do you
It's
wanna
insane.
I can't really see the bottom of the list. If you wanna move yourself.
Yes, let me do that. Oh shit. There we go. Is that alright?
Yeah, yeah, it's good.
Cool. Everything at the bottom seems to be the same. We've seen less people playing less Raven. Maybe more people are going to play him now with the buffs, I
The
reckon.
percentages are actually quite higher at the bottom compared to
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, Zafina's gone up, Shaheen's gone up.
Shaheen is like pretty much the same. Nobody wants to play the fucking character.
So boring.
Dude, that character is so fucking just
Just
bad
cheeks,
design, bro.
honestly. Um, I mean, yeah, overall looks the same. But yeah, people are definitely playing more characters they enjoy. Bottom
I
half
actually
still
didn't
sort of,
expect this at all, bro. Actually,
it's somewhat similar, to be honest. But it's changed a lot in the middle here. In the middle region, it's changed a lot. Like,
mm-hmm.
people have either shifted to one side or the other. Um, what are your thoughts on it? Yo, this comment is facts. Is it not suspicious that Shaheen has such a low usage rate, yet is overrepresented in tournaments? Because he is so boring, but he is so overpowered, and people don't know how to input slide, so they don't want to play him. But he's a great character, great fundamentals, insane damage, insane moves. Great character.
I feel like nothing. Okay, so we look at this and we say, okay, well, we see about a million Ninas a day. We see a
Yep.
million drags a day, and we just have to remember that we're playing in the highest level of play,
Hmm.
and that point the 2% on like Nina is like 20% to us, and
Yeah,
you know why.
more, more than 20%.
Mm-hmm.
I swear to God, like every 2 games, I swear to God, I'm getting matched into a Nina
Always, always. A lot less people
because
are
she
playing Devil
is
Jin,
top two.
dude. People were saying, "Yo, this character's dog shit." Everyone evaded the shit of that. They parried it and they dipped.
Yep. Um, the funniest fall off is Eddie. Everyone saw the bot climbing through ranks, pressing 3, and was like, "Yo, man, I'm gonna pick up Eddie, bro." He's the most played character, literally nothing but 4 or 5 months ago, and now he's bang. He's dropped by 5% in ranked character
I mean,
popularity. That's
imagine like buying the character, right? You try them out, right? Having some fun, press some buttons, and then you
yep,
realize that you're not even like spacing or playing Tekken. Really, you're just mashing the buttons.
100%.
Doesn't
Now
seem fun at all to me.
you see Yoshi. Now Yoshi, if you start this game, if you started Tekken playing Yoshi, Tekken 8 playing Yoshi, you may have just given yourself brain rot for the rest of Tekken 8 because you did not, and you do not have to learn matchups. You do not have to do anything. Just test spin. Just see where it works. Now there's a bit more thought to it because it takes away double the HP. But you completely avoid neutral with this character. Even when I'm playing top level Yoshis, bro, they still, it's even worse because they know exactly when to abuse it.
This character is
And
forward.
it's
Hate it.
in like situations which should be advantageous for you, where you've gotten cornered in a wall, brother, you just forget about it. It's not your turn. It's Yoshi's turn. He's getting out of that situation and probably heat smashing you from the back and hold splaying you. Um, but yeah, him having such a high popularity rate is like concerning, and it's probably, I feel like it also plays into the reason why a lot of the casual players and just people just do not care about the higher state of ranked gameplay because they don't understand what neutral is. They don't understand the importance of it, and that is completely what has been butchered at the top level. So that's why all of these top tiers you see in the low end, who have insane fundamentals, they
The
have insane
fundamental
big buttons
tools.
too. Yeah, they've got the fundamental tools to carry them or get them through the game and alleviate pressure because they are just quick homing buttons. Just quick buttons, stop pressure. You can't mash into them. And only the best of the best players have realized that, which is why, again, the play rate is so low. And they use those characters. And their win rate is probably mad high. Those ones right at the bottom. If there is a win rate one here, that would be great.
So now that we have so many people, we should just reverberate on the points that we made before and just. Oh,
Yep.
okay, okay. Here we go.
Okay.
This fucking game, bro. Okay, so I was playing Heihachi, right? I really enjoy his design. Just fucking fantastic character on how it's so easily stepped, and a lot of his tools make a lot of sense, right? Bro. And then you notice that you're playing Heihachi, you get him to a higher level, and then the game's not fucking balanced at all for him. He's literally like, do your nostrils loud?
Huh?
Breathing loud?
What was that?
You're just breathing loud.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I've been so fucking frustrated with this game. Especially, it was just highlighted when I played Heihachi. You know, the design is just so well thought out, and then you go against the like Nina or Dragon, you get fucking blown up by RPS situations, and it's way too much to deal with as a Tekken player.
100%. They absolutely smashed the design. Perfect. What Tekken should be. Pure counterplay to the character. Maybe some things need a bit of toning. Maybe even then, Warrior Instinct stances like people get super scared and start mashing completely into you, and he does not have a way to get out of that mashing pressure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can say, "Oh, he's got back 1+2. Just throw back 1+2." People abuse lows when you are in Warrior Instinct stance. I swear to God.
Yep.
They just come at you and start spamming. You need to make hard reads instantly because they do not want to get eat. They do not want to eat certain mixes, and that itself is counterplay to his build. So it's just like him not having panic tools, like crazy panic tools, um, is like testament to like why this character is so great because he's so difficult to make work. Um, but yeah, again, they haven't touched the top ranks. So why does it matter? What did we actually gain getting this character if he's not going to be viable at the top level of gameplay? What was the point? Is it so people again cash grab? You know, or people wanted Heihachi, let's give them Heihachi, but let's just make him completely useless at top level of gameplay. But let's make it the best design we've made all game. Yes,
Dude,
like what?
that is precisely what I'm talking about.
Yep.
A lot of points to bring up. The balancing team actually doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
Yep.
And I'm gonna definitely go into that. So they said
Go
that
for
they're
it.
listening to the community, right? And then we got a damage nerf on Nina for 2 damage, and then we got a drag nerf for 1 damage, and it really like gets you thinking, what the fuck are they doing at Bandai Namco, and how are they thinking about balancing this game? And you have to come to a realization that they don't know what they're doing. They just really don't.
Like, what did they even prioritize in that? What did they do? They basically buffed Yoshi, buffed the tracking on Nina's moves. What else?
Or they don't care. That's definitely spot on. I feel like we're just more of cash cows now. It's fucking ridiculous. We have so I bought the super edition, the ultimate edition I think it's called. And I
Yep.
still have to pay the 5 beans for the stage. Like, why? What are we doing? Your priorities are all fucked, and I know we already talked about this and Hirata apologized, but they can't have like mishaps in the actual company. So that's why he deleted his tweet.
Yep.
But yeah, I feel like everything is just such a fucking joke right now. The balancing is just so bad, and I've been so frustrated playing this game because I don't
Yep.
have a top 10 character. You know, you can't compete.
Yep. And this is where like I feel bad for a lot of there's a lot of players who again were just absolutely killing the scene in in seven with their characters. You know, even though they were not the top tiers, they were difficult to play.
Hmm.
But again, they were still tournament viable. They could still go to a tournament and win. You can't do that in this game.
You actually
I
can't. Yep.
please, if someone has the statistics for all of the tournaments that have happened across this whole year, I know, and some of the ones where you had like Lydia winning and like s- like just weird people winning tournaments. Like who was even at those tournaments? To be honest, um, was Ulsan there with Dragonov? I don't think so. Um,
Yeah, I
so
know, right?
please, someone put up the statistics of like what character has won the most tournaments, and you will definitely probably just see Dragonov there right at the top, and then Nina probably followed closely by.
They did say that they were making no major changes for a while. So
Yep,
I'm gonna ask this question: Why?
it's a
Why
very good
aren't
question,
they
man.
actually doing it?
That's a very good question.
Because I think this is the actual downfall of Tekken if they're taking their sweet time releasing this character and still have the bouncing that they have. The netcode is fucking asshole too.
The net code is a fucking joke. I swear to God. What do you think it's gonna take, man? Do they have to completely gut Dragonov? Do they need to make him a bottom one character again? Do, do they, what do they need to do to Nina? They just probably just need to sort out tracking, power crushes. They need to sort out the whole 9 yards to make this game fun and viable for people to play, and not make people want to just shoot themselves every time they go into ranked or into a tournament.
And it's never gonna happen.
Yep.
Wait half a year. Good luck, buddy. The game's been out for fucking 9 months, and there's no consideration for high level and even mid level because like this game is not enjoyable against drag and shit.
100%.
Flickerata is nothing more than an image nowadays. He has no control of the game. Yeah, and yeah, I definitely agree. I read it all out.
Oh, I swear the last like week or just however long Hayar's been out, it's just made the game just feel just so much more depressing. It's crazy.
Remember when Drag Running 2 tracked back in season 1, T7? I did not know.
What was that?
Back in T7, season 1, Drag's Running 2 actually tracked.
Did it?
I didn't even know about that.
Are you sure? I'm sure it was very much steppable in seven. I feel like it's harder to step in this game because forward inputs are so much uh easier to do in this game. So it only makes sense that it was hard. It's hard to step in this game than seven.
I just feel like I've almost like had it with this game. I've been so frustrated with it.
Heihachi was the icing on the cake.
Yeah, it was like the deal breaker. It's like, wow, this character's fantastic. And then I go against Nino. That's actually where it started. It's actually hilarious.
A a a a a.
I want to see an interview with the bouncing team and their thoughts.
That would be interesting.
Oh, they're gonna get shit talked bad. I guess we really don't know what's going on. I have no faith though. Actually,
I don't even know where my faith comes from. I've been saying it since like the start. I'm like, yeah, man, I think they're gonna go in the right direction. I reckon in time it'll change. But yeah, I don't know, man. As time's like going on, I don't know.
I feel that, bro. Actually,
Like I don't want to like I see on Twitter and like people are like, oh, I don't understand why people are like dooming so much and putting a bad in on the game and but it's like those people who say those things really need to just understand, especially when it comes to performing at the highest level of gameplay, like how frustrating it is that there's nothing unique, there's no reward in being a specialist really anymore because if you just pick up Dragonov, you're probably gonna fucking get a top 10 or a top 8 when
exactly.
you were a fucking blue rank in 7. Like that's where the game's at. Like if you want to compete, bro, do yourself a favor. Don't be a specialist. Don't have personality. Don't have style, bro. Just pick up drag and enjoy it, man.
Yep.
Get those dubs in, boy. Get those dubs in.
Somebody asked me in the chat why was Heihachi the deal breaker. Well, he's so well designed. He's so well thought out. And then you go against a terribly designed Nina, and you go against a terribly designed Drag, and you go against a terribly designed, XYZ. You can name a lot of characters here,
Hmm.
and I just feel the most frustration, especially now when it's very apparent of just wow, they did such a good job on this character, and they still have such joke characters in the game, which doesn't make any sense. It sucks to say, but I think you just have to wait for season 2 now, bro. Like, wow, like what?
Like why? Why is that the answer? It just shouldn't be. That's the frustration.
Yeah,
How much longer are we gonna have to watch? Like,
I'm not frustrated at you. It's just like, what are we,
yeah,
what are we doing? The fact that they did a good job with characters is hope within itself.
that was my thought process.
That's a really fair point, actually.
Yeah, like if they've smashed it this hard with Heihachi, then someone must be thinking with their head screwed on, like, yo, this is what the game needs, and it is. But please fix the characters who are just destroying this game and making it so not enjoyable. Like when I go into ranked, I I'm dreading it in character select. I'm waiting to see what opponent I'm facing, and as soon as I see a Nina, a Jin, a Drag, a Ling, a fucking a Zhao Yu, a Shaheen, like I'm just thinking, oh my god, I have to use all my brain power to guess. Like, it, I'm literally saying that like, yo, just take my points, man. And that's not the mindset I should be having in ranked. Like I get it, but it's like that's how it feels because it's like, bro, I just want to play good, clean Tekken. I want to I want to have a good time. I want to, you know, just play
Improve
well.
at Tekken rather than
Yeah,
improve at like these diabolical matchups, which don't make any sense.
exactly. Like, why am I being, like, why is my skill based on how well I can guess? Like, is that what they want this game to be?
Do you guys follow any other pro scenes? Only a little bit, but not like actively. No.
I follow it a fair bit in 8 especially. I've been, watching most of the tournaments or like restreaming them or something.
Right.
Um, and I do think like, especially the Korean players, I think they share the exact same frustrations, but they are voicing their frustrations in a more subtle way where they will go to Twitter and upload some horrendous shit in this game which shouldn't be there and put a report T8 hashtag T8 report and then pray to the gods that someone in the development team is like, hey, oh my god, yo, the guy who won multiple tournaments in seven, who's been playing the game for like 25, 30 years, who probably has a better understanding than we do of the game, just tweeted that something like this is happening in the game when it shouldn't. Do you think we should do something about it? And then they get their dice out and then they roll the dice, and then if it's not 12 on both dices, 6 and 6, they're like, yo, we don't need to do that. I genuinely think that's how they're processing it. So yeah, man.
The knee
I
Brian
think
clips is pretty spot on.
yep, yep. That's exactly who I was referencing. Um, yeah, man. So what will it take? Do they need the whole community to do what like me and HK are doing right now? Everyone jump on stream and just talk about our frustrations about the game. Are they going to listen? I don't know. But if someone doesn't talk about it, if no one talks about it, then we're going to be stuck with every single major. Again, I love Olsan as a player. I think he's insane, and I think he's finally getting the flowers he should have got in seven when he wasn't playing an OP character in seven, and now he is, and now he's dominating, which probably shows you that if you played an OP character in seven, you'd probably be doing the exact same thing. And all props to him. But dear God, if you do not think a big part of it is how overtuned Dragonov's kit is, then bro, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely did mention that before, and he is. I think he is the best in the game at small Tekken right now when it comes to, you know,
Yep,
just like being super safe and doing his counter hit game and how he uses all of his tools.
100%. Everything just works perfectly in unison with each other, and you can run that offense, and eventually, the person will not guess correctly, and you will be rewarded heavily for it.
He's the OG. Remembers all the bullshit from since five. Yeah, I know it's not a part of their culture to be like straight up with shit. But there's too many people aligned with Bandai Namco where it's just people are honestly just not telling the truth anymore.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And they just, and the reason is, I think the reason is so many people have gone. Tekken was never a game which was heavily funded. Prize pools were not amazing. They weren't. Majority of them were not life changing. Like they could be if you were winning every single one every single year. If you won like 4 or 5 in a year, you're probably, I don't know. I mean, I saw someone have a list of like earnings that some people were making, and if you took away even EWC, where like it was like 300K for like the winner or something, or 500K for the winner. If you take away that, some of the tournaments people were winning, there was like 15K, 20K, 4K here, 3K here, and that was in the space of like 4 months. Mates were making like 35 to 40,000 pounds in 4 months, 3 months. So you could very much make life-changing money across if you were consistently winning and performing or getting top threes in tournaments. Now if you add some of the tournaments that are coming up nowadays, where you've got £1 million prize pools, etc., why like people do not want to tarnish their names. They want sponsors from the biggest, the best people, and they don't want to slander the company at the same time as well.
Right.
So it's very, so now everyone's turning into PR mode, where their responses have to be so well thought out or told to them, where they won't even speak honestly. Whereas in seven, the reason the patches were so great is because everyone consistently spoke out about what was wrong with the game, and they listened. And now you're not going to see it as much because there's so much more to gain for being compliant
Yep.
and just kind of going with the flow and praying that things will work right. So, and I understand why people do it. I get it. It's your livelihood. You do this for a living. Cool. But without those people saying things, there's not going to be any change. Well and truly. So then it just kind of leaves us with the same question, which is what are they going to do and how are they going to change this game? But yeah. This one's-
Karada deleting his tweet. They can't fix the game right now because of Sarkon Tour, and that I understand. Yeah. But it's like why they aren't even talking about like balancing the game, fixing the game because it's quite a shit show right now on high level, in the highest level of play.
100%. Maldito in your chat, was he saying, I feel more safe knowing we have Neo on our side and knowing the devs. Yep. He went on a full spree. And that's what you need. And I feel like he's sort of established a name among them anyway, so he's comfortable to do these things. But again, he's doing it in a respectful way, right? So it's kind of like, are they going to listen to him? They could. But like, maybe they're thinking, does it make a difference if we listen to him? You know, is he going to play the game longer? Like, all of these things are important to think about. Like, are they really going to take what he's saying on board? You know, what difference is it going to make for them? Is it going to make much difference at all? I don't know. But yeah, we need more people doing stuff like that. You know, really showing, like, asking the developers, why is the game like this? Why are these interactions happening? Why does this track in Heat and not track outside of Heat? Why is that a thing? Was that intentional? Like, yeah, I don't know.
All regions are quite outspoken about the game. I reckon they definitely will listen and change stuff when the time is right. But like even if they balance it, do you guys have faith in the balancing team to actually do the right thing and balance properly? What do you guys think? Fuck man, this Tekken talk is really depressing me. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, man, that's just it's the reality of the game.
What the start of the game grabs were homing and stage hazards did like 40 unscaled 40 damage, yeah.
They're definitely moving in the right direction already, just very slowly. Hmm. I do agree with that to an extent. And again, the only thing that made me think that is with Lydia and Heihachi, where it's like it's a completely different approach to Tekken. Stance heavy mix ups, X, Y, and Z. But again, clear counterplay at its very core, it is Tekken. Um, but yeah, it's just it's the top tiers that are frustrating me and HK right now, and I think everyone. Those are the main things. They need to be touched and addressed like ASAP for this game to really be in an enjoyable state. And then we can start seeing people's personalities come out. We're gonna see everyone back in ranks. Everyone's gonna, all the classic players, all the old school players, everyone will come back. I swear to God, if they just listen. Ranked will get a whole lot more difficult because players like that will come back into the game because they will be in a playable position. But it's just about when they're gonna do it.
Yeah, the start of the game was pretty bad. And they made like system changes, which were good. But they actually really do need more system changes.
100%.
Heat engagers, armored heat engagers, I should mention. Everything, I don't know why all heat engagers on drag actually launch. I feel like it's a little too strong.
It's just OD, bruv. Not needed.
Minus 17 moves turning into plus 5 on heat dash. Yeah, it's way too much. Way too much. I'm thinking like plus 2 would be fine.
Yeah, yeah. That would make more sense.
The player base on Steam has been consistent at 8K since August. I think this game is gonna drop below 8K, and I'm 100% certain of it.
Mm-hmm.
What's your opinion on Heat? Um, Heat is not equal to all characters. That's the only problem I have with it. Other than that, I feel like it's fine. Do you think the player base is gonna drop? What do you think?
Do I think?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think once people realized how weak Heihachi is, the people who didn't pay for the early version who are starting to play him now,
Mm-hmm.
they've come back, which, the old Mishima players, the old Heihachi players, they're like, yo, let's see what's happening. They're gonna run into ranked. They're gonna go into ranked. They're gonna come up against the top tiers. They're gonna feel the same frustrations. Nothing's been changed. They're still gonna get whipped by top tiers, and they're gonna do a few combos, get a few clips for Twitter, and then they're gonna hop back off until the next update.
Yep.
Yep. Whenever they do get it right, will be a great day because so many people will come back and this game will have consistency. I do believe that if that day comes, I do believe there will be a good player base and a consistent player base.
The game is not fun to play. Tekken 7 was. What do you think?
Mm, I actually think Tekken 8 is more fun than 7. Um, but again, I did not play Tekken 7 for very long and not seriously for the amount. I started in November 2022. Again, I was playing on like a fucking genuine toaster laptop.
Yep.
Terrible connection. Everything was just a horrible experience. But like, I still enjoyed the game. Didn't play to a very high level, but like I just knew I was good at like I was going to be good at the game regardless. As time went on, which is why I stuck with it. And then TA, I started going like way more ham with it. So I'm not the best person to ask about comparing it to T7 because I didn't invest much time into it compared to a lot of people. But from speaking to a lot of people who did invest a lot of time into Tekken 7, I completely understand their frustrations, and I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't come back to this game or if they thought Tekken 7 was more fun. But that's probably because they just spent a lot of hours on it. But overall, even comparing this to 7 for the amount of time I played 7, I would still say this game is a lot more fun. Um,
It's a lot more interactive, I would say. Well, in some situations, I feel like that is kind of a blanket statement, you know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, yeah, I don't know. I still have faith that the game, in due time, I guess. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but in due time, maybe the devs will get it right. Um, yeah, until that day, we are stuck. So I don't know what to tell you.
Somebody asked me in chat what new character could save Tekken 8. The balancing team. No, we don't need another character. We really don't at all.
Yeah, we definitely don't need another character.
I feel like we have 10 characters that are basically ruining the game and nobody talks about them.
Yep.
First to twos is insanely bad. I hate it. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think if they change rank to first to 3, it'd be fixed. I don't. There's a part of me that I do want death matches, but there's a part of me that doesn't. Um, Like I understand it for getting better and understanding matchups and stuff.
Hmm.
That's fine. But the game would just be super toxic. You'd have people boosting, smurfing. Um, I don't think it's going to change the fact that people, because they care so much about achieving their rank in like season one or whatever their thought process is behind plugin and one and dunning, it's still going to be there. And you're going to end up death matching with a Nina or a drag still. So again, until they sort that stuff out, I'm not willing to do a death match with, the top five characters in the game. I'm not doing it. It's going to destroy my mental. Um, but yeah, I think a first to three would be great for ranked. I think that gives you a lot more time to adapt and actually, do something.
Somebody just said that they made a lot of friends with T7 online.
Yes, that is a very good point.
And
I
I
agree
feel
with that
very
part.
disconnected. I feel very disconnected on T8 whenever I'm trying to like play somebody
Facts.
or whatever.
100%. My the most people I've met and made friends uh on Tekken 8 has been in quick match. I find someone really cold in quick match, like that Memoir Nina guy. I found him in quick match. I added him because I ran into him like 3, 4 times in a row. Nina player, insane Nina player. I was like, yo, bro, you want to run some games? Added him on Discord. Now he's joined our Discord. Um, and he plays with everyone, and he's just like become a part of like the little community that we have on Discord. And it's like that came through playing multiple games with one person in not even it's semi-competitive quick match. It's not competitive, but we were both like GOD rank, so we both were like taking it seriously. So that level of competition was there. Don't find that in ranked. I don't remember the last time I added someone in ranked and added them after and ran games with them, or it's just not there. Yeah, it's completely disconnected. Everyone's more focused on again getting their PNG than you know
I love that.
fucking
I love that PG.
uh, than meeting people and playing good players. Yeah, people are just more concerned with their ranked. Memoir, yeah, Memoir I found in quick match and then added him and then invited him to the Discord and then yeah, everyone just plays with him now. And that was through me playing quick match and just playing someone over and over. Like I don't get that in ranked at all. In T7, I found hella friends in rank playing long death matches. Yep. Yeah, rank players churn non-stop, forward first to twos, no time to add anyone or make friends. Yeah, and you just get super frustrated. Like it's like you don't even you don't even want to add the person. Like you just done a first to two, you just lost absolute bollocks, or there was no real mind game. You just got cheesed. Or first to two, there was no real mind game. There was nothing to the gameplay. There was nothing exciting about it. And then you're just kind of there, it's just salty. Even if you win, you're just salty. You're just like, bro, like what was that person doing? Like, why does this work? And like, you're just sitting there in frustration and you just don't care to add the person or play with them again. Like, yeah, super disconnected, man. Like, I'm really glad I found your stream, man, because like, UK to fucking America, it's crazy work, but like we make it work. It's just lit. Like, it's nice to have that there. If we were both in the same area, it would be elite. Like, I would have had you added. We could play consistently in great connection. Like that's how it should be for everyone. You should just be able to find someone, play a good set with them, add them, and then just have a good time. Enjoy this game. People were willing to deathmatch in seven. It was you generally sat there like I'm going to demote this person or I'm going to promote, and now it's like, yo, let me get in and out as quick as possible.
Yep. Oh, Ling. I guess I'll rematch because I got.
Yeah, literally, it's just shit, man. It's just shit. And if you're not playing a top tier, it's just right, you're just basically asking to lose. I've had that in Fight Lounge a couple of times, but yeah, it's rare in this game. My highest quality gameplay has probably been just sitting opposite a good player in Lounge for like an hour. Yep. Outside of that, it's just first two brain dead. Damn, bro, I just got masked. Even just adding someone to help them out with something was a great thing about Seven. Yep, literally. That was the whole reason. Like, for example, I added Memo because I wanted to learn the Nina matchup, and he's insane with Nina, and he hates ranked. Like when he goes into ranked, he like struggles to play, and you play this guy in the first to 10, and you're fucking 10-0 you. Like he's a completely different player when you play him like properly because online is such a cesspool. Like a insane player like that will get bopped in ranked by some terrible player, but in a long set you'll get fucking 10 0'd. Why? Because he has a chance to adapt and actually see how you play, and now there's actual layers to the game. Um, that just doesn't exist. There's no layers. There's nothing. It's just who can run their offense better in a
Hmm.
first to two. Who can guess better? That is genuinely the game. Like it's crazy.
Online is pretty toxic. They'll DP cheap shit in the teabag. Yeah. I wish it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
And plus the stress that you have to go through just playing online is just it's something else. Like me trying to stream this game almost like 5 hours a day. It's like so mentally like it fucks my mental bad.
Yep. Same.
Because if you don't lock in completely, then you lose to a worse player. Like it's just how it is.
Yep. 100%. 100%. You can't give your full attention and you need to. Whereas, I swear to God, when I was playing Kuma ranked, I was having the greatest time. I did not care if people were one and dunning me because I knew the next game I would be going into heat, doing 5 electrics into heat smash, and I would
Fifty
just
percent chip damage.
50% gen, and I'm just like, yo, man, I understand why these players play the way they do. It's because it's fun for them. It's fun for them to just rush someone down and just win. But for the person on the other side, it's a horrible experience. For me, it's legit. Are you gonna call out my mashing? Can you guess into the slide mix? Yep. It's weird though. Some man like Joker just can run through God level ranked all day whilst chilling. He's just built different, I guess. Training wheel character game. Yeah. So I mean, Joker, you gotta remember first. Well, in best player EU, that's one thing. Um, it's a job for him. That's the next thing. He's had so much experience in tournaments where something like ranked it shouldn't affect him because he would be putting himself at a disadvantage when it comes to playing. And I mean, someone asked him in chat as well, was like, "Do you not get frustrated at the game?" And he was like, "Yeah, but it just can't. You just can't. He just can't show it. And you shouldn't, because if you get frustrated at something, maybe the next person who's trying to compete with you will clock onto that and try and use that against you maybe next time. To that level, it can go, but again, maybe it's just a mental fortitude thing as well, where it's like, I'm not going to show my frustration. Like I'm just going to play the game because if you play when you're frustrated, you will just play worse. It's just
Yeah.
that's with
Yep.
anything competitive. Whether you're fighting, whether you're playing football, whether anything. If you play when you're frustrated, you're not thinking clearly, you're not thinking properly. But this game just has so much. There's so many things you can get frustrated about in this game, which is the bad thing. There's so many things you can get hit by, which doesn't make sense. Like Arslan's face when he got hit by Matterhorn from when he did sidestep one, like that for him is just a completely new experience. Why does that exist? Like, how do you figure these things out? And he had to figure that out in a tournament where money's on the line, where he that's his career. He had to learn genuinely the hardest way possible by being sent into losers because of an interaction he had no idea existed, but it exists in eight. So now again, imagine you're a top tier player and there's interactions that make you don't even know about and they just happen to you. And you can say, that's maybe the beauty of the game, figuring out these interactions, but it's not at the same time because there's already so much to learn about this game. And now on top of that, you've got to learn how to deal with tracking moves in heat about you just need to take a mix for no reason just because they went into heat. Like, bro, it just doesn't make sense. People
Yeah, momentum is a
universities.
huge thing in this game, especially in heat. Sometimes you just actually die against the opponent.
Yep. Yep.
You guys
People
got
played like
anything you
this
guys
in
want to talk about?
but they didn't have resources like Heat to beat better players. Yep, literally. People played like this in T7 ranked, but they didn't have resources like Heat to beat better players. That is literally it summed up. This game, Heat literally gives people the capability to alleviate all pressure and enforce their game, which I kind of like because it gives that player a chance. But if that other player is better than you, outplaying you in every single way, and you have a cheat button to get you out of pressure, and it works, and you have to respect it, and there's no counterplay to it, that's where I have a problem. What do you think about that, HK?
That's pretty spot on.
Yeah,
What your chatter said. I mean, yeah, it happens a lot, especially in T8. Just like the amount of offensive tools you actually have, and you don't really have to think about doing. You don't really have to think too much about defending.
yep,
Just run your offense, do your thing, and you just end up winning. Honestly, winning or losing. It's like I feel like it's completely random if you're not completely locked in and think about what they're doing for offense, and you can always lose to a worse player in this game.
100%. I can't lie, I seen that shit so many times in T7. Final pixel Mouthhorn. Yeah. But it's like the situation around it. Like again, Arsene probably chose that option because it was the best option to choose, and he had no idea that Matt Horn would crush it. Like that's just an extra interaction he's had to learn. But again, the hardest way possible in a big tournament setting where this is your career. And now imagine all the players from Seven who chose basically Tekken as their career, and there's just so much bullshit in this game with Heat, outside of Heat, that you have to learn on top of what you already know, remember it. Like it's super taxing, and it's like, yeah, it's just difficult. Big respect for people like Ni and Kudon sticking it out with their main. Yep, 100% big respect to them.
Yeah, me playing
Have
Brian in tournament is fucking gangster. I just want to point that out.
100%. He was playing so cold today as well. Was it, yeah, today the tournament. I think he's in top, not top 48, is he? He made it out of pools, I believe. He's on winner's side. And who did he beat? Was it a Nina player he beat? Like, that was the last game I watched. But yeah, just the way he plays is pretty much T7, man. It was just amazing. It's just so sick to watch. And you notice how he plays just so reserved because he knows he's about to get bullshitted. Like he knows I'm about to get power crushed. Let me not take my frames every single interaction. Let me just do single jab into
Dude,
4-3.
every single time, bro. He gets any amount of plus frames, he just jabs. He just does a one
Yep,
jab.
just one jab.
Because you can't bullshit a
Having it.
one jab. Amen, bro.
Yeah, for real. You can't power crush it. Can't do anything. You'll be lucky if you duck launch it. You'd really have to be looking for that
Yep.
jab.
Yep.
Like it's not worth it. Um, but yeah, I guess that shows you maybe you can make T7 work in this game, but look how hard it is. Look how much you have to hold back to make it work. Having an I11 Magic 4 carried me in T7. Magic 4 was crazy, bro. Magic 4 was insane. But it would be perfect for this game. Like, why do some characters have it and some don't?
Yeah, I don't know why Brian doesn't have his.
Yep. Like he needs it.
Just be minus 10. 4-3 is completely useless. It doesn't even exist.
Yeah, literally, I literally never use it. Even as a punish, I'd never use it.
You just get better frames if you 1-2 or 1-4 or 2-3.
It's a lifesaver for Brian since he has no panic moves. Yep. Having an I10 launcher in Rage carried so many times when I was down in D7. Tekken's hard, man. Yep. That strategy was so solid back in 7, though. Bro, bring Northern Cross back. For real, for real. Nobody has it, do they? Aren't they all I13 now?
Kings is
No.
12, right?
Yeah, some are 11. Uh, I can't remember how much Lee's is. Lee has a magic 4 counter hit launcher. His is 12 as well, I think. Might be wrong. But yeah, some people have an 11 frame, but it just gives them a guaranteed follow up. Um, how quick is Kazuya's as well? Let me check.
Slow. I'm pretty sure it's slow.
Is it slow?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Isn't Lee's 11? It might be 11, you know. Lee's one is insane. I assume Lee's would be the same as Law's.
Are you gonna be watching the tournaments coming up? Tekken World Tour.
Yeah, only because Lee's in it, man. I can't even lie. I just want to see how he plays and just
So be
laugh.
sad, mate. Yep.
Yeah,
He's
just be
gonna
like,
play
yep,
amazing, get bodied by some bullshit.
yep,
So it's so sad to see.
for real. Bro, never press round start jab versus Lee. Never. Never press round start versus Lee. He'll do that low counter hit string heat engager, whatever that is. 4-3-4 instant launch, it beats jab, so yeah, it must be 11. I feel Nee is a rebel for playing Brian and tourneys. Hey yo, he's trying to show the world. He's trying to show. I think he cares more about showing um the developers that yo that this cannot run. Look how I have to play against these characters. How is this fair? I reckon that's the goal for him. He just wants to enjoy the game, man. He loves this game, I think. Genuinely, I think he just wants this game to be fixed so he can just enjoy the game that he's played and dedicate his entire life to, bro. His entire life. It's just yeah, sad to see.
Do
Like,
you think
bro,
that that knee is still top or somewhere around there?
yes, I do. Because again, I mean, I feel like Ni is in the. I feel like Ulsan and Ni have just. We've like entered a new unit, like a alternate universe, and Ni and Ulsan are switched positions. That's what it feels like. It's like, but it's even worse for Ni, where like at least Ulsan was still making these top hits consistently, and he was still competing, coming second, etc. Despite not playing a top tier character, it was just his fundamentals carrying him. Now you got Niu, one of the greatest players of all time, fundamentally one of the greatest players of all time. He can't even make it work with his main. Like, if people think he's washed, you know, I think yeah, you've just lost the plot because that brother is not washed. Look how he plays. Look how he holds up against young players with just naturally better reactions than him. His reactions are insane. He's a godlike player. No one can ever downplay that guy. No one can ever talk bad on that guy. It doesn't matter how old he is. He's just an insane player. He's just struggling to adapt to this. Like he's gone through the trenches, man. He's seen this game from the start to now. Imagine having to change your habits every single time, and in T8 you're struggling to adapt the most. Like that should just be telling enough that this game just makes zero sense as to why it is the way it is.
Yeah, I think Bandai has definitely lost the plot.
Oh man. Um, what's this? You never see Brian, Lee, Leroy, Raven, etc. in tourney. Yep.
So he all just
So
gets
that's
flattered by Valorant 2 and call it a day.
literally down forward 1-2. Yep. Call it a day, brother. Because they are shit compared to top tiers. The developers should talk to everyone in the top scene about balancing. Yep, I agree. Be a good idea. They need to brainstorm it with them. It's fine. Ni is no stranger to adjusting. He was hyper aggro in T6 in terms of playstyle. After high wall splat, can't you squeeze in a 1+2 before the downfall? Yeah, you can. You can squeeze it in. What combo should I do? Probably this one. Oh shit.
Yeah, this update just really got me thinking. Just thinking about everything.
Yeah, I agree. Same. It really took it just took playing Heihachi and reading the patch notes to understand that, dear God, nothing has changed. What a waste of a great character. Honestly, if they bought out Heihachi later when this game was balanced, it would be so sick. I am happy they bought him out this early, but still, man.
I also was listening to Plant Medusa's stream, and he has a good amount to say.
What was he right now?
Nah, not right now, but he was discussing it last stream.
Oh yeah.
Big deal. How we doing? Maybe I've been on Twitter too much and just seeing like the fucking outbreak of zombies talking shit about this game.
Yeah, I think well, I could definitely say we're both not like fucking sheeps where we read it and we're like, yeah, man, he's spitting facts. But like when we put thought into it ourselves and you just think about it for a minute, even one, I think 30 seconds is more than enough time to think about it. And you just know that, you know, this is, it's literally, it's just facts where the game is at. And you've got people playing devil's advocate everywhere, which I understand. You know, there's good points on both sides. Where it's like, yo, you know, why are people complaining about this game? They've done so much for us, no, 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 whatever. But it just, it's not just about that, which people need to understand. Like, there's more to it. They
Yeah,
need
I
to
feel like they
understand.
they lost their respect for their community. I don't know.
Hmm.
And it will always be the pro scene that drives this game, and I will stand on that. Even though it is
100%.
about the entirety of the community being happy about the game, it will
Yep.
always be like professional play that people want to watch, and then you go and look at professional play, and it's 5 Dragonoffs in top 8 and fucking the
Yep.
most frustrating shit that you can see in a game.
100%.
It reminds me of Bob in, is it Tag 2? No, Tekken 6.
Bro, I remember I didn't play that.
Yep. So in Tekken 6 we had, I think it was 6 Bobs in top 8.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me of just the direction of where they went after that, and it literally went terribly. They didn't fix the game. It was a different time though. I feel like they should definitely be on the ball with like fixing and patching the game.
Hmm.
But nobody wants to talk about it like this. There's too
Yeah.
many high stakes on people's livelihood that people will just refuse to talk about the game in this way.
Yeah. 100%.
That's why I love going to Planted Medusa's stream and seeing what he has to say, because
Yeah.
he's always real, you know.
100%. That's why I like watching him as well. He always keeps it 100 every single time. And he always talks about things that either he's passionate about, and he doesn't care about whether or not he gets cancelled. I mean, he's been banned from Twitch like what, like fucking 10 times.
Yeah.
Like yo, he don't care, man. He'll speak his mind, and you need more people like that in the community who will openly say what they think and feel about anything, just anything in life in general. You need people like that around you. Otherwise, you're gonna just end up like a sheep, and you're gonna be easily influenced and probably
Yeah, bro.
depressed.
Yeah. Yeah, I will never change for any amount of money.
Yeah, 100% same. Yeah, you just make your own money. You're happy. Happy days.
Yep.
Once you have a next man controlling your mouth and
What's
next
the
man
point of
controlling
living?
you,
You've already
yeah,
died.
yeah, 100%. Damn,
It has
bro,
a lot
that's
to
what.
do with like the state of the world as well.
That is very true. That's a good point. It's a very good point. I feel like lockdown just well, sent a lot of people into like some depressed state, which I understand, but people kept that mindset throughout and following COVID, and everyone's just kind of not excited about life. It's crazy.
Hmm. Nobody wants to hang
Everyone's
out, bro. Everyone just wants to stay
yep,
inside. You know, go to their 9 to 5 or their job, whatever,
yep,
and call it a day. And it's just fucking like I don't know. This is just not the way to live life. So many
yep.
people are doing this now.
Legit, legit. And it's just 'cause everything's so expensive. No one wants to do anything, and people are too embarrassed to admit they're struggling as well because pride and ego is a very big thing,
Okay,
especially for men. But it's like,
that's
yeah,
just the state of the world, bro. Nobody wants to admit it.
yeah, 100%. I can say myself as well. I've definitely sort of fallen victim to that in a sense where, I mean, I've always been like that where I don't like to share my struggles with people at all, really. Um, this is like my really close friend, and they can kind of tell, yo, like something's annoying this guy because normally I just, I keep my shit very together and very like self-sufficient. But it's like sometimes things are just mad overwhelming, and you'll only be comfortable telling someone who can kind of just tell that you're in an uncomfortable position and that you don't want to just kind of maybe go on Twitter and just start telling people, oh, this is how I feel, when I could never do that.
Yeah.
um but yeah, it's definitely important to sort of have those people around you where you're comfortable enough to have those sort of those conversations with them. It's important, and especially now it's more important than ever because again everyone's just mad depressed and doesn't want to step out, doesn't want to do anything. I've seen it even with my own friends, man. Like a lot of them.
I got a question, dude.
Yeah, yeah, go for
So
it.
you know about doomers, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just I'm thinking about the next question. Do you think they are completely correct to think this certain way on just like how everything is just so fucking terrible?
Do I think they're correct? Sorry, is that what you
Yeah.
said?
Hmm.
I think there's a very fine line, and you need to take a look at who it is that is quote unquote dooming. Um, like I'll take you for example. Like just from meeting you and speaking to you and having conversations with you, like you've got your head screwed on. You know, you're not like you haven't got some weird sort of, I don't know. I don't want to say it's weird to have a fucking personality disorder because some people have these kind of things, but like you can function, you can have a conversation, you are well thought out, you're not like aggressive, you're not like a mad aggressive person. Probably if someone like pissed you off, maybe you would be, but that's more just you don't let people talk shit to you, which I respect. And if you were there dooming about something when you don't complain about things in general, I would listen because it's probably coming from somewhere real, right?
Right.
So it definitely, the source is definitely important to think about when it comes to dooming. Now, if it's from, now if we're just talking from like a Tekken aspect, and I see someone on Twitter who, and if I was to look back through his Twitter, and I see he's been uploading his PNGs about just hitting red ranks in Tekken after 10 years of playing Tekken. No offense to him, I would not take anything he says seriously. When you've invested 9, 10 years of your life into a game and you haven't sort of broke out like the surface level of the game, and you're there dooming about the game saying, oh yeah, it's in a terrible da da da, but you haven't even experienced what the terrible stuff is, because you haven't reached the ranks where you can really see it completely taking over the game. And I don't want people to like take that the wrong way. And like what I'm saying, like your rank means nothing if you're not like the highest rank. It's not that. It's like you don't understand the complete distress that comes with this game. You don't understand the full story. Now, if I saw Knee, which I have been seeing posting about something that frustrates him, I'm listening. Both ears are open. I'm seeing what this is about. I'm looking at it. I'm thinking, why does this frustrate him? Where does it come from? He doesn't normally do this, and I would take it in completely. So I think it's just all about the source that it comes from.
Right.
I don't think there's anything wrong with constructive or uh, like negative sort of reinforcement, um, if it's coming in a place from if it's coming from a place of like genuine, you like you want this thing to improve, or like you've generally like critically thought about it and like all angles, then I think it's perfectly fine to voice your opinion. But if you're generally just one of those people who just want to like spread hate and annoy people and just say things because you want to be the first person to say it, then yeah, I wouldn't listen to those people. And yeah, that's how I look at it.
I'm just
What
reading
do you
the
think about
chat.
that?
Yeah, that's pretty spot on. I mean, it comes to show you if somebody like me, who is just like known as, the fucking goat of Tekken, 20 years he's been here playing this shit. Before I
Yep.
even spawned in, bro, before I was
Yeah,
even in
just
my dad's fucking balls, this man was playing Tekken.
yep,
And if he has some shit to say, then I'm gonna fucking listen.
100%, 100%. And that's all it comes down to.
And I feel like a lot of people just like they aren't respecting me for some reason, which I don't understand. Oh, he's posting another Twitter thing. Like, people are just so face value at it. It's so fucking annoying to me.
It's pathetic. It's genuinely pathetic. People are just I don't know, man. They're just super. I don't know where they get. I feel like playing Tekken 8 is given this weird entitlement, bro. I don't know what it is. I mean, they got like they're dragged to like fucking Tekken God, and now suddenly they're
They're better
fucking
than me. Oh yeah,
yeah.
look at
They're
Xiao Yu saying, do you remember that? Xiao Yu saying, "Oh, well, you have to do better against this situation because you're bad or whatever. Learn the matchup."
learn what the fuck. Fuck off.
Bro's actually the best. Like, he's the best at knowing the matchup, and he's saying this is unfair. People just don't want to listen.
Yep, 100%. They think he's dooming. No, man. He's trying to make your game better. He's trying to make the game that he loves better, the game that he's again. Imagine you invested your whole life into something. Imagine you had a business, bro, and suddenly Rishi Sunak's come along and said, "We are closing all small businesses down because skill issue basically." And bruv, you lose your whole business, and then you've got you as the business owner trying to support it, and then you've got some guy who's never ran a business, who's living on benefits, trying to tell you that Rishi Sunak is right for doing what he does. Like that is the equivalent. If you don't know who Rishi Sunak is, like yeah, it's just one of our PMs who no longer is PM. He just did basically jack shit for the country.
Happens a lot nowadays.
What's good? How you doing, Retro Man? Hope you're well. I wouldn't say Medusa is someone we need more of. I don't know, Crimson Man. I don't know. I know it's like all of the political stuff you don't like when people talk about, but I think it's more important to have people who voice their opinions rather than people who voice their opinions behind a screen, um, and talk shit about other people. I think it's way more important.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, it's
Medusa
more
is extremely healthy for the game.
1,000,000%. I agree. 100%. If you don't have people like that with a big platform who talking about the game as they do, who is there to talk about the game? Like, who's gonna fix the problems that we have, or who's gonna help fix them? Like, you want like just people in life in general. You want people you relate to around you, right? Or people that understand where you're coming from. And he's built a community basically of like-minded individuals who listen to him speak and think, yo, I mean, no one else is saying the stuff he's saying, so I'm going to tune into what he says. And that's why he's done so well, is because it's, I mean, it's a cheesy saying, but like, you know, real attract real people, right? And that's just how it goes. You know, you might have some degens in the chat and stuff, but so does every single chat. But at least he speaks his mind about things, and he puts his own livelihood on the line speaking about these things. He's been banned how many times? How many months in total has he gone without maybe having an income coming from Twitch?
And you
For
also have
what?
to think about the losses that he's pretty much
Yep,
sustained from talking shit about the game. I mean, he's invited to no events. He's not trying to Hayachi first, and
yep,
he's not invited by Arata. He ain't talking to Arata. So it's
exactly,
fucked, bro. It's fucked.
exactly. So he's taken that upon himself. He's
Mm-hmm.
chosen that road, you know, and he knows, you know, he's made his bed and he is happily lying in it, and that's what matters. Yeah, Brahim, we're talking about the state of the game. We're talking about the community. Talking about life, just life in general. This is what Tekken's done to us, bro. It's got us even just talking about life in general and people and just
Tekken
everything,
turned me
bro.
into a doomer.
Tekken turned me into a tumor. But yeah, again, just to go back to what you were asking before, yeah, it's just important to have people who are realistic and at least the people who are talking about just quote unquote dooming have some sort of experience or something behind them where you can take what they're saying seriously and not a joke. I think is very important. Um, what was Tag 2 like? I didn't play Tag 2,
I never played
um,
either.
so I'm not too sure. I played it. I downloaded like the I can't remember what it's called, but like basically where you can play the old Tekkens. I played it like once for like 20 minutes with a couple of my boys, and yeah, I don't know what to say. Haven't really got a thought on it. Um, Thoughts on Main Man? Uh, yeah, I don't know. I really used to love, well, I still think he's very knowledgeable. I used to really love his content, used to watch it a lot, helped me learn a lot about the game. Um, but I've had like weird experiences in his chat with him directly, where it's like if you don't sort of agree with what, and I've seen it, if you don't like agree exactly with what he's saying, his chat will just get onto you for having a different opinion. Like he's got a lot of weirdos in his community. And on top of that, I tried joining, you know, he does like viewer matches here and there. I wanted to join and play Kuma for Bants. And he sees my God Brian
Yep.
and he says in the lobby, and he says, "Oh my God, like I don't want to, like, why are the jobless people coming to play?" Um, he's like, "Oh my God, I don't want to try hard and shit like this." And I'm just like, bro, what, just because I have God Brian, suddenly I'm like jobless and
Yeah, yeah,
like
you're an
I can't
absolute
I
bum.
can't
Yeah, I don't know why he has that aura about him, right?
yeah,
He talks down to you just because you're.
yeah. It's like, bro, aren't you God with like multiple characters? Like, don't you bang out the game as well? Do you not like the game as much as I like the game as well? How you doing, PGF, bro? Hope you're well. Like, it's just super weird, bro. Like, what, you just want to play against like some fucking like Fusions all day and stuff? Like, I just wanted to like run a set. Like, I go into the lobby, wanted to play. That was it. Is that not why you were doing viewer matches? Um, but yeah, I guess again. I don't want to like say, you know, that's how he is overall. Maybe he's had really bad experiences where like people just come in and, you know, probably saw the TTV in my name and thought I was coming to farm content, like whoop him or something with Brian, and then start posting it everywhere. Like he's probably had bad experiences like that as well.
That's completely fair to say, actually.
Yeah. If he gets beat up, it would be a bad look for him, I think. Yeah, exactly. And playing on ranked is different. He grinds ranked. Yeah, for his audience, yeah, 100%. So I think, again, he's been in the community a lot longer than I have, and I know the Tekken community just from being in it as short as I have is super toxic. So I could imagine a lot of people have tried to just basically feed off him
You feed
because
off
of his
his
viewership.
popularity. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So if that's how he feels when he sees, a fucking TTV Brian fucking GOD, then, if anything, I'll take it as a compliment. It's fine. I'm not going to take it to heart. But at the end of the day, I still think he's super knowledgeable and he's got really good videos. And if you are getting into Tekken, most people do go to him for a reason. Because, again, like you said, Brahim, he's got a very casual audience there. And a lot of new players sort of go to him for guidance. So, yeah, those
I
are my
think his
thoughts on him.
community is great, and I think he's like he's very affiliated now, but he used to just absolutely speak his mind, and
Yep.
now it's a little different, but it's fine. I think he's
I don't
most
agree with
beloved
his
for-
community. It's
What's
great.
up?
Sorry, what were you going to say?
You don't agree with his community? Is that what you said?
Yeah, no, I was just saying I don't think his community is like a great community. I think they're very they're just, again, because they are very casual and they don't really, a majority of them don't really play the game like to that extent. They just take either his opinion as fact, or they will never want to speak out of turn or voice their own opinion because they're scared that TMM will be like say something in the chat like, "Oh, you fucking idiot! You don't know what you're talking about. I've played this game for a very long time." Da da da. Like he'll go sort of down that path. So yeah, I don't think his. But again, it's whatever.
I gotta say this: his Tekken Revisited content is probably the best on Tekken.
Yeah.
That shit is fucking gas. If you guys want to take a look at old Tekken, you guys should check that out. I think Mayman has like the best. Let's go, dude.
Yeah. Again, like I used to love his content, watch all the time. I still watch his content like here and there, depending on what the video is. Like if it's like breakdown on a character or like a quick guide on something, like I'll go to it purely for knowledge because he is very knowledgeable. You kind of have to step away from it once you reach a certain level, though. Yep. If you want to watch streamers based purely on Tekken, then most of these guys are alright. Beyond that, most of them are garbage people. Yep. Once you're past like red ranks, yep, 100%. I don't go to Twitch chats anymore. TMM mostly voices fairly casual kind of opinions on characters. Yes. Yo, Dev, 4th DLC predictions.
It has to be Factor Mom, yeah.
Yeah, Fac, Bruce, but yeah, probably Fakramam or Marduk, one of the two. Which resonates with newer players, yeah, 100%. And like, he doesn't, yeah, he says things from a sort of point of view where it will appeal to a much larger audience. And like, if you were to look at it like really objectively, what he's saying is technically truth. And what I mean by that is when he says, reaching like Fujin is like a super respectable rank. Yes, it is. You're still in like a 4 or 5% percentile of the entire game base. Super respectable. But like, if you're like a really competitive player, which he isn't anymore, and you have that sort of competitive mindset, and you're like, you look at the game completely differently. Like, you will, even though ranks don't matter, it's very telling of like where your sort of base skill set is at, right? So you'll hear a lot of other players, a lot of other streamers who aren't as big, say that it's not a good rank to get to. So it's very easy, and there's a lot of brain dead people there, etc., etc. But when you look at it objectively, it's a very good rank to achieve because percentage-wise, again, you're in like the top 5%, right? But everyone's experience is different, and like how you look at the game, like everyone looks at the game is completely different. Again, I'm not shitting on like blue player ranks. I'm just like saying from both perspectives how it looks. And yeah, most of his viewer base are like low rank trying to get better. So he will like, you know, obviously cater his uh sort of opinion towards them, because otherwise, you know, you wouldn't have a player base, right? If he was there shitting on basically his entire community, saying, yeah, you lot aren't really good because fucking you're not at Tekken King minimum. Like a lot of people go into his chat for validation as well. Like, you see it all the time. You know, people be like, "Yo, I just hit like red ranks with like I don't know, like fucking drag or something." Da 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 da. People like, "Yeah, well done, respect." Da da da. But it's like if you know what most of the community's like, they'll be like, "Yo, bro, like what are you talking about?" type of thing.
It's very good to have a objective approach, especially when it comes to that.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Issue is that 0.001% of players have the largest platform, so there's the stigma where if you aren't TG or at least you or God, you're shit. Yeah, yeah, 100%. Like objectively, you are in the top percent of player bases, but then you have most people at like high level gameplay who look at the game purely from, yo, like if you aren't competing, if you're not at that level where you're competing, you're not like technically good at the game, right? Because their whole point of view of the game is completely different to those at lower rank. Those people at lower rank are just trying to rank up. They are just trying to rank up. Whereas the highest level of play, they are trying to compete and do well. So their view of what is good and bad is completely different. But yeah, no one can shit on what he's done. He's absolutely smashed the shit out of Tekken. He brings in most of most of the viewership watch his channel on a day-to-day basis. If he didn't exist, bro, half of the Tekken community wouldn't exist.
Yep.
So people need to really be grateful for what he's done. But everyone's too caught up on that one time they got hurt, their feelings got hurt, that they don't look at it objectively. Most successful content creator by a big margin? Yep. By a fucking huge margin, bro. And one of the largest Tekken content creators who's actually sick at the game as well. You have a lot of big people who just aren't good at the game, but they're just great personalities, right?
I feel like when it comes to actual content creation, a lot of it has to do with personality.
Yep. Personality sells.
Especially when it comes to Tekken, have you seen like the rise of is his name D-Boy?
D-Boy.
Not D-Boy, fuck. Hold on. So basically what he's doing, I'll just explain what he does. I don't remember the actual name of him. But he takes like content creators like funny clips and then puts them into like a compilation, and that's basically his whole YouTube channel.
Okay.
And bro, it's pretty fucking gold. Day bio.
Day bio. I've probably seen like one of his videos, but yeah, I don't know it by name. According to a tracker, unsure if it's reliable, we have a daily average of 300,000 players on all platforms. Really?
300,000.
300,000? I mean, on Steam it says what? Like 13k?
Is there
And I
actually
know,
that many people playing on console?
and Steam only makes up 13k. Yeah, I know majority of players play on console in general, but like that many compared to PC and like, on Xbox as well. Like, yo, that's insane.
I didn't know that. Holy shit.
Mm. Bro, I love how up forward 3-4 is a launcher, man. So cool. Got to think a lot of people, myself including, had to move to console. Just because of the demand. It's dropped by 100k since April, though. Damn. That means there's a lot of people play on console. It's a lot. The hell?
So that's 100,000 players leaving. So, do you think if they were to balance it, and probably not 100,000 come back, but like, would you say half of that would come back?
Yeah, 100%. We have a monthly average of 1 million. Mm. But yeah, I do think half, if not more, would come back if this game was where it should be.
I know that it's only season one and we're being quite biased, but like, I'm trying to go to tournaments. I'm
Yep.
trying to be super nice, at least in the terms of America, and I just don't see Brian being viable at all when you're just gonna get steamrolled.
Hmm. Yep, and that's where the frustration of loads of players comes from. Loads of hardcore T7 players, their character is straight garbage in this game, so they feel like there's no point in them playing the game, and I completely understand.
We can only hope.
Season 2, Season 2 major patch notes should sort the game. We can only hope. Yep, literally.
You got anything else to rant about? But in the stream, I'll stay
You're
you for
about to
another
what?
10 minutes if you have something to talk about. But
I think we've gone through a lot, you know.
yeah, 3.5 hours of just talking shit.
Yeah, literally. And I hope no one, in chat thinks we're like mad, dooming, and depressed, because I promise you, we are still banging out this game. Like, we're still playing it. We still enjoy it, but there's just clear issues which just need to be solved, basically, which is where our frustrations come from.
Yeah, competitive Tekken I feel like is a major problem right now, and I know we're
Hmm.
actually speaking from like a percentile that doesn't even make sense to the rest of the community.
Hmm.
But it really does matter with the actual health of the game and where we're gonna go into the future.
100%. They need to listen to these top players who are complaining about certain things, because again, it will be a dominoes effect where it will only improve your game at every level of play.
Hmm.
It won't be so overwhelming to learn certain things in certain matchups.
The game would be beautiful without heat and chip. Do you agree?
No. Um, if it didn't have heat or chip, we would be playing Tekken 7.
Hmm.
Um, I think if they balance moves out of heat and they balance how much chip damage certain moves do, bro, this game can literally be like the most perfect game, bro. Because again, I do enjoy this game. There's just certain things they just need to do. You know, heat, chip makes it all.
Yeah, all heat
Um,
is not the same. I feel like if they balance heat individually on each character, this game would be 10 times better of what it is.
100%. What did Brahim say? Although a lot of the required balance changes in terms of character balancing wouldn't even matter for a majority of players. Yep, a lot of people, especially in lower ranks, tend to struggle more with knowledge checks than actual game breaking stuff. Yep. So even if they were to balance like you wanted to, they'd find something else to complain about. Yes, big facts. Very good point. I imagine it would give a lot of, although I imagine it will give a lot of lower level players more hope or motivation, even if it doesn't matter to them in the moment. Yeah, 100%. Because again, you got to remember those players, majority of them are probably looking at top level players. And if they see their favorite player come back and play the game, you know, um, and they see their favorite player, their favorite streamer really enjoying the game, and they're just there like, oh, guys, like I'm super happy with this update. After they finally fixed the game, like when that day comes when every streamer is saying that exact same thing, all of the lower player, quote unquote, the lower ranked players will also enjoy the game thoroughly more because they'll be like, yo, if these guys are saying it's fixed, then it's most likely fixed because that's who they go to for the voice, for their opinions. So yes, again, it will all have a dominoes effect. I don't know if you heard that, Brahim. I know you said you got an ad.
Yeah, that's pretty spot on though.
Yeah.
I just wish we didn't have to wait for such a long time.
ATP is hard. At this point, it's hard to find a difference between people that genuinely enjoy the game and Namco shows. It's facts. It's facts. Like a lot of, again, a lot of like the top players who are competing and stuff for like endorsement issues or whatever it is, they want to be sponsored. They're not going to speak their mind to the fullest, right? So you can't even tell if they're enjoying the game or not. So people are just kind of figuring it out themselves, and even you can't even tell if they're enjoying the game or not. But I guess the way you could tell is like again with like Super Akuma, he hasn't been grinding this game as much. No one's heard a real reason why, but I'm sure as hell if you do two and two to put two and two together, you'll get your answer as to why he's not clocking in more hours in this game.
It's a
Considering
lot
he
of pro players
was,
too. They don't want to spend too much time on this game because it's just a mess, a balancing mess.
yep, it completely makes sense. I don't blame them. Any of us in this sort of level of the game says something is broken or bad to a lower level player, they tend to assume we are correct. So if they see their high level friends or streamers say a patch is good, they will run with it. Yep. I enjoy the game because I've accepted it for where it is. Uh, I'm the same. I'm the same, Brahim. Um, but yeah, again, there's just certain things in this game I cannot I cannot enjoy, and I cannot say like I agree with, or I can say that I'm happy that it's in the game. And like, I mean, Brahim, bro, you fucking play Brian as well, bro, and you're like, what, the fucking, you're up there with like the top Brians in the UK. Like, you're
I'm
fucking
still on
second
the.
on
I'm in the
Wavy
middle
Wank.
on that statement.
Yeah,
I
I'm in the
enjoy the
middle as
game
well.
because I've accepted it for what it is. I'm all about that change, bro.
Yeah,
Tournaments are gonna get
some,
so tiring to watch, bro. That's just like the worst thing.
yeah. I'm not from the UK, but I appreciate it. Oh shit, where you from? You're somewhere in the EU, man. Were you German or something? Belgium, yeah, yeah, makes sense, man. Makes sense. Eh, Yeah, you're like what, second in Wavy Wank for Europe, or something like that in terms of ranking for your character for Brian. So, and I've ran into you a fair times online as well. We always have good sets.
Belgian is
Yep.
banging. Thank you for the follower box, shit. Appreciate it. I don't know how much I'm gonna be streaming this game if I'm gonna be honest in the next couple of months.
Don't say
Um,
that, bro.
I am just so like fucking flaccid from this game, bro. Like actually.
Man was like, bro, I'm not UK scrub. I'm best. I'm Brian. I'm the best Belgian Brian. That's it. He is.
I don't know. I'm stuck in the middle. Like I really want to enjoy this game, but I can't.
Nah, bro. You can't stop, bro. You're what 600k points with Brian, bro. You're about to become the number one Brian in the world, bro. You got no excuse, fam. You need to keep running the sets, bro. You need to put yourself through the mental torture, bro. You're nearly there.
It's the definition of insanity, Dev.
Yes, it is, but it's fine. At least at least your trajectory is going upwards. So like, at least the insanity is leading in a positive direction. But yeah, your momentum, like the momentum you've built has been crazy as well, man. Like I literally remember when I first came to your chat, you had like, I don't know, maybe like 60, maybe 60 followers at that time. I can't even remember. It was basically fuck all. And then as months came by, bro, you just growing like exponentially over and over. Fucking your average viewers shot up crazy. Like, the momentum you got is insane, bro. You should definitely keep at it.
I think a lot of the momentum that I got was from going to tournaments and doing well with Brian.
Yep, 100%
Super
is a big
grateful
one.
and honestly had a fantastic time going to tournaments, but got
Mhm.
smoked by a drag.
The
And also
funniest was
lost
your
to
Kuma.
Akuma. Yeah, yeah.
Kuma, yeah.
All we could do is hope and just things will get better. I'm gonna have to keep on grinding the game. I've gotten this far, you know.
Yeah. There's no turning back for you, bro. You just gotta accept that shit. Alright. I might as well jump into a ranked. You might as well witness my suffering, bro.
I'll hit you with a raid. I'm about to get off.
Oh, you jumping off, yeah?
Yeah.
No
Good
problem
combo
there.
though. It was fucking absolutely fire to just kind of not only vent but just like talk about what's going on in the community and how much of a shit show it is and how much it kind of needs to improve. You know.
Yeah, 100%. That's good.
All right. I'm gonna hit you with a raid. You enjoy your stream and enjoy the ranked pain.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Have a nice one. Take care.
Take care, bro.
All right, gents. Thank you guys for joining me. Appreciate the follows. Very interesting stream today. Got to vent out my frustration with a lot of the top tier characters. But look at this fucking fool. What is he wearing, bro? Anyways, thank you guys. Appreciate you guys. Twitter and this guy fucking around. Okay. Have a nice one, everyone. Later.